Sorry, ma'am.
I said we will start at 10:05.
Right, ma'am.
Build the numbers a little bit.
We are live now, ma'am.
Bless you, bless you. I think students are still joining. We'll give it another couple of minutes and start.
Sure, ma'am.
Chalo, I'll start. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of our Chancellor, Professor P.K. Khosla, our Vice Chancellor, Professor Atul Khosla, all the deans, directors, students, on behalf of everyone from Shoolini University, I have the privilege of welcoming our PG students to their one-day induction program. Those of you who have done their UG from here would know me. I'm Poonam Nanda, the Dean Student Welfare at Shoolini University. I've been here for the last 9 years, working as DSW and looking after a lot of other activities. And believe me, these have been the best 9 years of my life because I just love what I do. So welcome everyone. This is the second year that we are having a virtual induction. Last year also, we had it on the same platform. Normally, during induction, there are hundreds of old and new students milling around in the campus, running around in excitement, finding their hostel rooms, looking at the campus, the breathtaking views. However, Corona has upset all that, but we are still hopeful. Things are beginning to open up. Chances of the third wave, I hope, are receding. I know Kerala is having a bad time, but we are hoping that Himachal will stay safe. And we should be able to open the campus for you shortly, especially for the PG students who need to be here for their labs and research and things like that. No one was actually prepared for Corona. A year and a half ago, when suddenly in March, things started closing down, we were in the midst of preparing for our convocation and our annual fest, that's the MOOCT, and it was cancelled. We were quite upset with it. And we said that, so what if Corona is here? Like it will go away in 15, 20 days. Why are we cancelling everything? We had no idea that Corona was going to take such a heavy toll on everything, not just education, but on everyone's life. But, at Shoolini, we realized that technology was going to be the next best thing, not just in education, but everywhere else, be it industry, be it education, be it our day-to-day shopping. Technology was going to play a huge role because it was already coming up. And at Shoolini, I'm happy to say that, we were already in place with it. We had a robust system in place so that, whether it was syllabus, it was, completed well in time. Our examination was held just as we had scheduled them. The results were out without any delays. And even the new term started just as it was scheduled. I'm not exaggerating. Some of you are old students, and the new ones can get in touch with the old ones and find out. We have done everything as per schedule because the technology platform, everything was in place. So we had no issues in switching over from the offline to the online system. Forget about the academics. Even other, life outside the classroom. My sprint programs that we were running so intensively switched over to the online platform. The cultural programs, you must be thinking, how are we going to dance and sing on an online platform? But we conducted everything possible. Manch Tantra Athlete Festival also went online. So we tried to give the students the best we could, to make them feel that they were actually in campus, the real life substance that they could get with their studies, with the functions, with the cultural activities. Everything went on the way it would have had we been in campus. And it was greatly appreciated by the students. They said, ma'am, hame lag nahi raha ki hum ghar baithe hain because itna kuch ho raha hai campus mein that, we are forever looking forward to something or the other. So that was it. But I'm sure that this year with things opening up, you will be here in campus soon and we'll be able to meet physically. Let's all pray and hope that happens soon. So let's start this day with a prayer to Goddess Saraswati. Let's light the lamp and wish and hope for a great year ahead, and let us seek the blessings of the Almighty. So we will have the Saraswati Vandana to start our program. Of course, it
ब्रह्म शिव विष्णु गजानन दिन चरणों को सेवते सूर्य ब्रह्म शिव विष्णु गजानन इन चरणों को सेवते हम शिशु हैं अज्ञानी माता इन चरणों का प्यार दे वीणा पानी तार दे तार दे तार दे माँ सरस्वती शारदे.
So that was a beautiful rendition of the Saraswati Vandana. And let me tell you, all my students, that that was not any professional singer, but our own BA Honours English student, Vishali, who's blessed with such a beautiful voice. And yes, Shubhani, thank you for that applause for our Saraswati Vandana. I can see you clapping. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So now I have the pleasure of inviting our Vice Chancellor and founder, Professor Atul Khosla. Let me tell you a little briefly about Professor Khosla. Those of you who are new would certainly like to know a few things about our Vice Chancellor. He is a BTech from IIT Kanpur, an MBA from JBIMS Mumbai. Atul has actually had a top-notch career with the corporate world, with consulting firms like McKinsey and Oliver Wyman, which are dream companies for all corporates. He's been an entrepreneur and has founded multiple new initiatives. He advises several Indian and global organizations on issues of strategy, operations, and innovation. So you might just ask me, if Atul sir has such a great corporate career, what is he doing in Shoolini? But let me tell you that academics and Shoolini have always been his first love. And 9 years ago, when my husband and I were in the process of joining the university, and Atul used to sometimes come to the campus and visit us, he used to tell me that, Poonam, when I come to Shoolini, mera bilkul dil nahi karta wapas jaane ko. I just wish that, I could stay here forever. And that's what he decided to do. So now Atul is full-time in campus. He's a vice chancellor, and he is in full form leading new initiatives that are out of the box, be it new methodology of teaching, innovative academic programs, or cutting-edge technology. Atul's message to his students is always very clear. He wants them to dream big and set high goals and never let challenges and impediments come in their way. So today he's here to welcome you and to tell you about the ethos of Shoolini University. Over to you, Atul sir. Good morning and welcome.
Hi, students. Good morning. How are you today? I know we can't interact with each other, but थोड़ा chat पे गुफ्तगू करते हैं. So good morning, everyone. Let's do disable the chat, Shard. It'll be so lovely if you can do that. Lovely.
Done.
So good. So let's do good morning to each one of us. I think it's so lovely to see all of you. It's a beautiful day here today, and welcome to Shoolini. So my very simple request to all of you is, some of you are not with your cameras on. So the rule number one is, we are so beautiful people, right? Anmol, Chakshu, why don't you switch on your cameras? It'll be so lovely. Nice to meet you, Aditi. How are you, Aditi Chaturvedi? We've got Ravindra Singh Pandya. How are you? I can see a few of you. Basant, lovely to see you. Saket, I could see you the other day also. So you seem to attend every induction. Lovely to see you. Jyoti is there. Siddhant is there. I can see a few of you. So lovely to see all of you. Good morning, Parul. You're looking lovely today. Wow. Excellent. So I'll really request all of you to switch on your cameras so that I can see some of you. Asit, बहुत सुंदर हो यार. Camera on कर लो, Asit Pandit. Good. Okay. So once again, good morning. I've got some faculty also here. We've got Dr. Khosla. Good morning, Dr. Khosla. Rajesh ji, I can see you. Poonam ma'am, Vipul, Palak. So Rajesh, hi, how are you doing? So Kamal sir, how are you doing? So lovely day today. I've got a broken hand. Well, it's not broken really, but I fell down around 3 weeks back and I did not take care of myself. So I'm in a bit of pain now and I have to get myself checked. But nothing to worry. Hopefully, Poonam, I'll be back on my feet very soon. But I'm just wondering how much time it'll take to get okay because I love playing badminton and I might be out of badminton for a while. So my next question is, how many of you play badminton? How many of you play any sports? Whoever plays a sport should write yes. Whoever doesn't play a sport should write no. Let's see how many of you play sports. Wow, Nikita plays sports. All of you do. Badminton, wonderful. No, koi baat nahi, Priyanshi. You can learn. You can get into some sport or the other. Fantastic. I think it's so lovely to see all of you doing something or the other. So I want to talk about 4 things today for all of you. And I'm going to change what I spoke with the UG students. The first thing I'm going to talk about, of course, is Shoolini. So welcome to Shoolini, all of you. I'm going to show you, Himanshri, that we will work whatever it takes to make you successful. So Shoolini will work out of the way, everyone at Shoolini, every faculty, every peer group of yours, every teacher, including me, will work completely out of the way to make all of you successful. So raise your hand if you're not getting what you seek. Come out and seek your help. But at the end of the day, you're all adults. I think you're all 21 and above, or at least most of you are 21 and above. You're all postgraduates. So you have the right even to marry, right? Without your parents' consent, which basically means you're all independent. You can vote. So the onus of success also lies on you. So you have to figure out what's good for you and what's not good for you. I think that's the first thing I'd like to mention. Life has changed. You were undergraduates till a few months ago, and now you are into a postgraduate stream. So the onus of your life is on you. It's about leadership. And someone once told me, Poonam, I used to get coaching on leadership. That leadership is not about switch on and switch off. So for example, when you become a parent, you become a father or you become a mother, you can't say ki, when I'm in front of the child, I'll behave like a nice father. But after that, I'll go and I'll enjoy and I'll give galis and I'll behave in a rowdy way. It doesn't happen that way. When you become a parent, you have to behave like a parent 24 hours because your child is seeing you. Am I right? Your father, your mother are all idols. You look up to them because they behave in that particular way. Right, Gajendra? The same way you have to behave as a postgraduate student. The switch has to happen. The leader switch has to happen. And the first form of leadership is your life. Before you become leaders for others, you need to become leaders for yourself. And Shoolini will provide every support for you to be successful and to be the leader. So that's my message, first message. Welcome to Shoolini. We'll give you complete freedom. In fact, yesterday there was some email exchange and Poonam was on it where some of the girls were saying, why should hostels close at 7:30? And I said, absolutely, I agree. Hostels should not close before 10 p.m. And I would like to make it 24 hours open. If you people have the maturity to make it open, we'll provide the security, of course. So let's start with 10, Poonam. Let's make it 12. Over a period of time. Your library is open 24 hours. Your labs are open 24 hours. So you can always do that. But you are adults, like I said. Why should you not be where you want to be on the campus? Of course, responsibility comes with accountability. And hopefully you students will step up into that accountability. You'll become leaders for yourself. And Shoolini will give you everything that's needed to succeed. So that's my first message. My second message is about what you want to be. When I was at IIT, I had no idea. I had no idea what I wanted to be. So UG is very different. In UG, I was a Thulla. Thulla is someone who knows nothing. I was a Dhakkan in my class. Dhakkan in IIT terminology is you're the last in your CGPA. So I graduated with a CGPA of 6.9, which was the last in my batch. I had no idea what I wanted to do. And then I joined MBA because someone told me MBA is good. So I ended up going into an MBA school called Jamnalal Bajaj in Bombay. और कुछ हो गया, कुछ आग लग गई, फायर इन द बेली एज आई कॉल इट, कुछ हो गया, पहले 10 दिन में हो गया, और मुझे लगा कि अगर मैंने अब मेहनत नहीं करी तो मैं तो सबसे पीछे रह जाऊंगा, आई विल बी बिहाइंड ऑल माई फ्रेंड्स. दैट्स द सेकंड थिंग आई वांटेड टू से. फाइंड योर आहा. आहा होता है योर ड्रीम, समथिंग जिससे आग लग जाए, समथिंग यही करना है. So find what you want to be. Take your 10 days, 20 days, 1 month, but find that fire in the belly. Find that reason to exist. Find that reason to live, and find that reason to succeed. Unless you have that, hard work alone is not going to help. Hard work to mazdoor bhi karta hai. All the people who are on the street are also working very hard. The gardeners are working very hard. But you guys are different. You guys are special. So my second thought for you is find that fire in the belly. Get that fire in the belly. और जब आएगी तो ऐसी आएगी, आग लगा देगी. I'm not joking. It happened to Dr. Costa. He'll tell you stories. It happened to me. Like I said, I was at Hulla. I had no idea what I wanted to do. Then I said, I want to be a very successful entrepreneur. That's what struck me. I knew I didn't have the skills. I couldn't speak English well. So I started speaking English. I knew I didn't come from a big town. I had poor social skills. So I started talking to friends. I started making friends. I knew nothing about business. So I started reading magazines and books about business. I knew my GK was poor. So I started reading newspapers. And in 2 years' time, I became the best. And I got the best job in the country, which was a firm called McKinsey. It was so big that there were 8 of us selected by McKinsey, and all the 8 of us were covered in the first page of India Today. In the cover page of India Today, 8 of us came. It was such a big job. 2 years of effort. That's it. उससे पहले तो मैं ढक्कन था. My UG friends could not believe. My UG friends say कि अतुल कैसे कर सकता है? जरूर कुछ गड़बड़ की होगी. हाँ, गड़बड़ तो की थी, मेहनत बड़ी की थी, 2 साल बड़ी गड़बड़ की थी. Right, Sarita? So you have to find that fire in the belly. सोचो क्या है, क्या बनना चाहते हो? साइंटिस्ट बनना चाहते हो तो नोबेल प्राइज जीतो. मैनेजमेंट कर रहे हो तो सीईओ बनो आईसीआईसीआई बैंक का. You want to be if you're doing MA in literature, then write a world famous novel, a best-selling novel. If you're a journalist, become the editor of India Today or whichever the best magazine is. If you want to do biotechnology, go to Stanford for your PhD. So build that fire in the belly and build that dream. And the dream has to be big, not small. Go and dream. और उस ड्रीम पे रोज थोड़ा थोड़ा काम करो, थोड़ा थोड़ा. Write it down. Test your dreams with your friends. Share your dreams. Get into that discussion. कि मेरा dream क्या है. So that's my second message to you. First था leadership का. Become leaders for yourself. Second, find your dream. And we will let you do your dream. Whatever it is, I encourage everyone to find their own dream. You might be a pharma graduate, for example, and might say, I want to do an MBA or I want to do a master's in journalism. Go out and do that. We'll give you that flexibility. We'll give you and help you find your journey. So do that. Third thing, जिस चीज को सोच लिया उस पर जान लगा दो. इतनी शिद्दत से तुम्हें पाने की कोशिश की है कि जर्रे जर्रे ने हमें मिलाने की साजिश की है. किसी भी चीज को दिल जान से चाहो तो पूरी कायनात उसको आपसे मिलाने में लग जाती है. If you want something desperately, and the whole world will work to make it happen for you. And it is true. There's so many examples I know. So many students I know. Students who didn't do very well for undergraduate suddenly changed after they came into PG. I'm an example. Dr. Costa is an example. At the age of 65, he said, I want to build a world-class university. A university that's the best in India, the best in the world. And everyone laughed at him. I also laughed at him as his son. He's a chancellor, right? But look, he built it. Against all odds. No money also. You can do it. You can do it if you stretch yourself. So that's my third message. Go out and stretch yourself. So first, leadership. Secondly, find the dream. And third, every day work on that dream. Fourth message, no successful person is unhappy. What I mean by that is you need to be happy to succeed. You can't be stressed out and say, "Arey yaar, maine kaam nahi kiya. I'm stressed out at work," and still be successful. You also have to find happiness, the purpose of your life. Find a hobby or do something that you enjoy doing apart from work. Work, of course, is one thing, and you have to work hard. But life में अगर मस्ती ना हो, fun ना हो, तो what is life all about? So you need to find in the next 2 years what you love to do. For example, I love to travel. I love meeting new people. I love making friends. I love cooking. I'm also a qualified pilot. I've done skydiving. I love adventure sports. I love playing badminton. I love running. I'm a marathon runner. And now I love Shoolini. I love to work at Shoolini. I spend every minute of my life dreaming about Shoolini. And that's how your life should be. Every day should be extremely happy. When you get up, you say, I have to go to work, or I have to do this today. I have to go to the gym. I know friends, students who were very weak, fat, like Pankaj. Pankaj Veda is a professor of computer science, not the most, I would say, fit. But I know students like Pankaj. After 2 years, they were like, Dole, Shole, ekdam Mr. India ban gaye. Or girls who went out and said, I want to do modeling and did that. Or someone said, I want to learn how to play the guitar. Someone said, I want to start, speaking. I don't speak very well. We've got a TEDx, there's a girl, Jhalika, who got TEDx into Shoolini. Someone said, I want to start a Toastmasters club. Someone said, I want to start playing sport, cricket, volleyball, football, whatever. Someone said, I want to start trekking, I want to explore the Himalayas. You can do all of that. And you have to do that because, like I said, happy people are successful. If someone tells you, padhai karo, padhai karo, padhai karo, that is absolutely, absolutely wrong. You need to balance your life. It's called work-life balance. Without work-life balance, without happiness, you will not succeed. So also find that fun part. And Poonam is going to help you do that. We're going to help you do that. But the onus lies on you. So I'm going to challenge all of you to find what you love to do apart from work. So every time I meet you, Shahid, on campus, I'm going to ask you, कि काम के अलावा क्या करते हो यार? Okay, so that's the fourth message I'd like to give. That also find that fun factor in you. So before I go to my fifth message, which is my last message, why is the fun factor important? Let me ask you, do you like to be with friends who are always stressed? Do you like to be with friends who are always crying? हमारे होते हैं बहुत सारे friends, हर वक्त ही तो रोते रहते हैं सर, am I right? So आज तो यार मेरी किस्मत ही खराब थी, मेरी तो जिंदगी खराब हो गई, मेरा तो ये हो गया, मैं तो अगर अपना ड्रीम बता दूं तो किस्मत खराब हो जाती है, नहीं होता, ऐसे ही होता है ना पलक, right? There are people like that. You don't want to be with them. You'll give your shoulder once in a while, but you like to be with people like that. The answer is no. The same thing in a company. When you start working in any organization, whether it's a university or it's a company or it's an NGO, wherever you go, your colleagues don't want to hear sad stories, Milky, right? Your friends want to hear nice things. They want to be happy. They want to have fun with you. Fun at work, not being stressed at work. So you need to build that spike in you, that spark in you. So please, please, please follow your passions, find your hobbies, or pursue the hobbies that you have. And the final thing I'd like to say is values. Your parents are very, very proud of you. We are very, very proud of you. I am very, very proud of you. I think each one of you sitting in this room is going to be extremely, extremely successful. But only on one condition. You have to retain and maintain the values that your parents gave you, your college gave you, your university gave you. And the rule is very simple. If you do something that you can't tell your friends, you can't tell your parents, then that thing is not worth doing. It gives instant gratification, but in the long term, it's not good. And I'll give an example. You know, if you go to a party, I think all of you go to parties, you're all adults, like I said. A lot of people are smoking, right? I was in Pune. I'm very surprised. Pune, half the people in Pune smoke. Huh? It's quite surprising. Or probably the places I went, people are smoking. And when in a group of 50 people and 10 of them are smoking, everyone will say, smoke kar le yaar, smoke kar le yaar. Am I right? Hota hai na? Please smoke. Oh, Vipul, tu smoke nahi karta. Please smoke. We all know smoking is not a good thing. But the people who are doing that bad thing push you towards doing the wrong thing. And that's life. Mediocre people will push you towards mediocrity. People who do wrong things would like you to be part of their party because they know they're doing something wrong. ऐसा होता है ना? If you're studying, then people say, अरे इतनी पढ़ाकू है, कमल इतना मेहनत करता है, कमल बेचारा बहुत मेहनत करता है. By the way, congratulations, Kamal, on your program of direct selling. You've done a wonderful job. But I know people will tell him, Kamal, तेरे को इतनी मेहनत करने की क्या जरूरत है? Even colleagues will tell him, right? That's life because everyone, mediocre people, want to pull you towards mediocrity. People who smoke would want you to smoke. People who drink would want you to drink. And I'm going to give a very important message. People who take drugs would want you to take drugs. So you smoke, you drink, that's your life. Yes, it's bad. I don't subscribe to it, but it's still not something that's going to hit you in a bad way. Please, please, please say no to drugs. There are millions of opportunities in India. India is going to be the world's biggest economy. There will be no dearth of jobs. And I give this example. How many of you watch Hollywood movies? Can you write over here? Yes, no? How many of you watch Hollywood movies? Let's see. So, and tell me the name of the movie also you last saw. Or, so there's a no, but most of you see Hollywood movies. Okay, wonderful. So in all your Hollywood movies, you have big cars, German cars, Fast and the Furious, Audi, Mercedes, Porsche, BMW, big cars. Everyone has a big car. I lived in, Switzerland, Poonam, Zurich. My cleaner would come in a Porsche. उसके पास दो गाड़ियां थी, एक Mercedes थी, एक Porsche थी. My cleaner would come in a Porsche and a Mercedes. I had a small car, Pankaj. But my cleaner would come. Why? Because the economy has gone up. All of you will have big cars in the next 20 years. I can guarantee that. All of you will have big houses. All of you will be rich. One condition, retain your values. अगर आप drugs लेके जिंदगी खराब कर दोगे तो नहीं मिलेगा. Even if you're average, forget exceptional. Even if you're average in the country, your average income is going to be around, in the next 10 years, is going to be around $15,000. That's economics, that's GDP growth. The average Indian will make $15,000. $15,000, my dear friends, is 12 lakh rupees. That's a lakh a month. That's average person. Poor, rich, sab mila ke. There is no reason why you guys won't be making $40,000-$50,000 in 10 years time. $40,000-$50,000 will be around 40-50 lakhs. I just met a very young girl. She is probably all of 31, 32, and she's got a job now with KPMG Poonam and at a salary of 40 lakhs. And these things will happen to all of you. So you have to retain your values for that. Opportunities will be huge. So fifth, values. Yaad rahega. Or last thing, diversity. I can see lots of people from lots of different parts of the country. So there is Neer Chetri. I think you're from East Neer. Am I right? We've got Sarita. I don't know where you're from, but definitely don't look like from Himachal. We've got Rosenla. I think you're also probably from Northeast. We've got people, Priyanjali, Rajta. I don't know where you're from, but looks like you're also from Central India. So you're all from different parts of Maharashtra. Ritesh is from Maharashtra. Lovely. I'd love to see where all you're from, so you can write down your state. It'll be so lovely, or your country. There's some people from different parts of the world. So, Sushma, we'd love to hear where you're from. West Bengal, Rajasthan. See, you're all from different places. So, learn to be with people from different places. Normally, we are comfortable with each other. Normally, हमको लगता है कि यार हमको हिमाचल का है तो हिमाचल के साथ ही रहना है. If you are from Arunachal, I want to be with someone from Arunachal. So there's some people from everywhere. I can see that. Rajasthan, Uttarakhand, Himachal, West Bengal. So welcome all of you. Wasipur, huh? Ah, gangs of Wasipur. MP, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jammu, Andhra. Wonderful. Karnataka. So thrive with diversity. You know, you're like caterpillars. Become butterflies in the next 2 years. Learn to fly. Explore. Do things that you haven't done. Apart from drugs, of course, Himanshri. No drugs, please. So learn to fly, explore, eat Himachali food. You know, if you're from Himachal, Maharashtrians, if you're here, explore Himachal. Himachal people go to Bombay, learn about the world, and aspire to get a job outside your comfort zone. So get outside your comfort zone. I have spent 15 years of my life in different parts of the world. I worked in 7 different countries and 30 different cities. It was not easy, it was tough. You know, the first time I went to America, Poonam, I was working on a project. My client complained to my partner and said, "We don't want Atul in our team. He's bad." Of course, because I had no idea about the American culture. I was a disaster in my first 3 months. But then I picked up very fast. I learned how Americans behave. Then I went to Switzerland. I went to Boston. I went to Germany. I worked in France. I worked in Belgium. I worked in Australia. I worked in the UK. I worked in Malaysia. All different countries. Sounds very glamorous, but fat jati hai, boss. When you don't know how the other guy understands, he doesn't understand you. You don't know. Culture is different. So stretch yourself, make friends outside your comfort zone, do things outside your comfort zone, and finally pick up a job or your higher learning or your PhD, whatever you want to do outside your comfort zone. So these were the few things which I wanted to say. All of you are going to be super successful. I know that. Shoolini is going to give you whatever you need. 180%. My doors are open. I have an open office. I don't have any window in my room, so you can see outside. That's how I sit. You can walk to my room. You can come to me. I'd love to be friends with you apart from being a vice chancellor. Hopefully many of you will get to know me. Hopefully some of you play badminton, will play badminton. Hopefully some of you will also become friends on Insta and Facebook. So let me give you my Insta, whatever it's called, you know, my ID. So make friends, let's become friends. When you're here, by the way, we're going to open the campus very soon. Expect to be on campus very soon. Hopefully all of you have got your shots, your jabs. So get your jabs in place and come on campus and let's have fun. Okay, Subhani, masti marni hai, padhai bhi karni hai, or we are going to have a great time. Super. Lovely talking to all of you. I have to go visit the doctor because of my arm. I would have spoken a little longer. So Poonam, any last thoughts before we close and say thank you to everyone? Any things that you would like me to cover?
No, I think you've done it all. In fact, I was just laughing to myself. I said, where will a vice chancellor be telling his students that he was a Deccan in his college days? So thank you for being so, outright honest with the kids. And I mean, that's a strong quality you and Dr. Khosla both have, telling kids everything that, you feel like sharing with them. And yes, I completely agree with you that a lot of, I hope they all get their aha moments when they are in Shoolini. And as you said, we give them a lot of freedom, but with the freedom comes a lot of responsibility. And so by default, all the MSc, MTech students become the didis and the bhaiyas of the campus, whether you like it or not, because you're the seniors, but you're also expected to lead by example. So thank
Poonam,
you, Arun. Anji.
I would like to answer one question because some people are asking when is campus opening.
Campus opening. Yeah.
So any one of you who wants to come to campus is welcome. We have a soft opening, so you can come. We just don't want to have too many people. We still don't know where COVID is happening, but the campus is safe, very, very safe. We've got every employee vaccinated. So come over if you've had at least one vaccination. I think that's important. Very soon we're going to take a decision. We're waiting for the government to announce. So I think for masters in the next 7 to 10 days, I think we will like to have you on campus. We'd love to start in a blended way, offline, online because some people will not be able to come. But please come on campus. As I always say, Poonam, I do not remember anything from the classroom, Himanshri. मुझे क्लास का कुछ याद नहीं है, but I remember everything from outside the classroom.
Outside the campus.
There is huge amount of learning that happens in the campus. My last request to all of you is stay on campus.
Yeah,
Your
absolutely.
next 2 years are going to be invaluable. You'll have enough time to be independent. You'll have enough time to stay in a PG. You got another 80 years to live. You can do whatever you want. When you're together, 3,000 people together on campus, the learning is phenomenal. And you'll remember that. I know you're going to hate a few things. Sometimes the food might not be as good. Sometimes you'll fight with your roommate. Sometimes you'll say, some problem or the other. But that learning is critical. That learning of figuring out your life when you're with people of diverse backgrounds is critical. My biggest learning, Poonam, came because my roommate at IIT was from Chennai. There was a Tamil Brahmin. I came from Himachal. He couldn't speak Hindi, I couldn't speak Tamil, so we learned how to speak English together. And he's my best friend today. And my father, as he'll tell you, first 6 months, I hated him. I wanted to, just break his neck or nose, whatever, right? But now we are the best of friends. We were inseparable by the time we hit the third year. And that's what happens with friendships. Go and watch Three Idiots again, right? What a beautiful movie it is. And probably Poonam, Shard, etc. Send that link. Watch the movie. It's a phenomenal movie. And be happy, be successful. I love you guys. Talk to you soon and see you on campus. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you. Do take care of that shoulder. Well, so that was the Vice Chancellor speaking to you. I'm sure you found it a very unusual, unlike a Vice Chancellor's talk, because most of them would talk about, different things and what they've done in life and stuff like that. It is only in Shoolini that not only the Vice Chancellor, but also the Chancellor will speak from his heart. And those of you who are old students who did our UG here would be very, very familiar with Dr. Khosla and his temperament, right? So before I hand over the stage to Dr. Khosla, let me just tell you a little bit about him. You will find his journey and his contribution to not just Shoolini, but to the world of education really and truly inspiring. So we call him a man with a vision and a man who's on a mission. So what is this mission and what is this vision? That is to have Shoolini in the global top 200 by the year 2022 comes. And Professor Khosla, who's a postdoc from Oxford University, has actually given a new dimension to forestry education in the country by starting BSc, MSc, and PhD courses in forestry at Himachal Pradesh University. He was responsible for setting up College of Forestry also in Dr. Y.S. Parmar University. His 4 decades of untiring work, which continue even at the young age of 82, Professor Khosla has shown an inspirational sense of initiative and entrepreneurial acumen, be it with his vision of using science as a tool to empower the small farmer of Himachal, or his emphasis on research and study of natural flora and fauna of the state for environmental conservation, or his passion to create a globally recognized and world-class university. Dr. Khosla's thinking has always been ahead of time and has not just thinking, he believes in result-oriented action. The biggest USP that we at Shoolini have, let me tell you, is Dr. Khosla and only Dr. Khosla. His tireless energy and drive is exemplary and inspirational. And let me also tell you that he is one person who firmly believes that the university exists for his students and that they must have a seamless and a wonderful experience in the 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, whatever they decide to spend with us. His life is like an open book, like Atul sir shared so many things with you. Dr. Khosla goes even 2 steps further. He'll talk about the ups and downs, not just the ups. He talks more of the downs and talks about the challenges that he's faced in his life and how he overcame them. He's just published his autobiography, that's Tryst with Karma, which I think each one of you should read. So I will not take up much more time. I welcome guide and mentor and our beloved Chancellor, Sir, Dr. Khosla, to welcome the new students of 2021. Thank you, sir. Good morning and over to you.
Okay, thanks, Poonam, other colleagues, and dearest new students. From a dreamy and soft advice from the Vice Chancellor, I am now talking about the business. Dear students, you are here for career development. And this gathering today is students from business management, students from different subjects of science and technology, or maybe pharmaceutical sciences. So there are two ambitions. Obviously, one, what Atul has said, and second, what I will talk. Madam Poonam said, Dr. Khosla, 4 decades of experience. Let me correct it. She has read from an old paper. Now I have 6 decades of experience.
6 decades, yes.
Okay. Or maybe little less than 6 decades. I did my doctorate from Punjab University, Chandigarh in 1968. I rose to the position of Vice Chancellor of Agriculture University in Himachal Pradesh, and from afterwards I became the scientific advisor to the state of Himachal Pradesh. That was the time I thought of entering into private education. And today, it is also a dream for me that the university is there. Why I'm telling it? There is a purpose behind it. It's not self, I would say, ego, but to inspire you. Why this university is here? Poonam also said that Dr. Khosla has also decided in 2010 that after 12 years, we will be a university which will be among the first 200 global universities. And at that time, there was none. And even today, there is none. How tedious and difficult task and the responsibility which I have taken. Yesterday, Times Higher Education, one of the ranking systems, came out with its ranking of the Indian universities. You know what is the highest position for the country? 301 to 350. First 200 universities are ranked 1 to 200. Afterward, they are bracketed 300 to 201 to 250, then 251 to 300, 301 to 400, 401 to 500, 501 to 600, and so on. And the list goes up to 1200, 1200 plus. And the list, we are not figuring even in this list. It's not that we are not good in it, but we are not competing because for want of one parameter. What was that parameter? Total number of the papers. According to the ranking system, it should be 1,000 papers. So we didn't have till last year 1,000 papers. Reputed journals, note it. Reputed journals, those who are students of science. Incidentally, I may tell in which book it is written that the students from liberal arts or from management should not publish papers. And Shoolini University is now working on that direction also, that publication of the research paper is for all sciences. It is only in India, where we are not encouraging these liberal arts people are writing publications. But globally, go to Harvard, go to Stanford, go to Oxford. You as a arts or science or management all are equal. So knowledge is knowledge. Knowledge cannot be classified into likes and dislikes because this person is go to management and he is to work in the company and the other is to work in science and the research lab. There is no difference in that. It is a career that way you are going to choose. So coming back to you will definitely ask Dr. Khosla, 2022 is coming. If you look at our first prospectus published in 2010, it is written there that after 12 years, we will be on 200 global universities. आप 200 की बात कर दो, अपनी बात कर दो, इंडिया की तो कोई यूनिवर्सिटी नहीं है. Yes, I am also a worried person. कि मैंने promise किया था. What will happen to that promise? Let me acquaint you with that. There are 3 ranking systems. Global, I'm not talking about India. India is a country where quality doesn't matter, quantity matters. Because that is a safe passage for the Indian universities. If it was not so, why the China is having the double the number than the Indian universities? There are only 89 universities from India in a list of 2012. And China has 2 times more, 170 or so. And in Chinese, 2 universities are appearing in first 20. And our universities are topper is 300 to 1. So we have to accept the challenge. Challenge, where do we stand in education in the world? Most universities are laying more emphasis on research for the science students. Well, those who are in business, Dr. Khosla क्या कर रहा है? हमने कौन सी research करनी है? हमने तो MBA करके चले जाना. Research, you will also be doing research. Your database, data analysis, that is also research. The research, it does not mean you should sit in the lab and do research. अब वहां भी जाओगे, वहां भी marketing करनी होगी, वहां भी data निकालना पड़ेगा. That is the research. What is the research? Research is when you are searching something for prosperity. So, in ranking, India is behind. And now coming back briefly to my concern, of the 3 ranking system, one is the Times Higher Education, which is primarily based on research. Second is the QS, that has 50% of perception. Third is the Academic World Ranking. They lay more emphasis on the awards, Nobel Prizes, medals, and distinctions. In 2010, I studied all the 3 systems. It's not that I came out blind with the blind that we will be on 200 global university 22. I found perception will not be there, so QS is ruled out because 50% marks there are for perception. Obviously, everybody will give vote to the IIT Bombay or Madras or some other institution. Who will know Shoolini University? And at the same time, I saw in the Times Higher Education, of which I am talking, I have talked already, that its ranking has come yesterday. They are allocating 60 marks to research. 60. मैंने कहा मेरा रास्ता तो ये है. मैंने अपना रास्ता चुन लिया उसी दिन. I would prefer the university towards the research, and the university today is prepared towards research. उसमें क्या था उसमें ranking में 30 marks were, because I knew that research can be quantified, teaching and learning cannot be quantified, perception and reputation cannot be quantified. It's your perception. How do you think about an institution? You will continue thinking, irrespective of the fact which is good or which is bad, whether that university is ranked or not. You will not bother because the parent doesn't know. But the people who are sitting abroad, those students, if India wants to attract the foreign student, they are looking at it. You are not bothering. Okay, Shoolini University better है rank में, या HP University है, या Delhi University है, because we are not exposed to this thing. It's not हमारा कोई इससे लेना देना नहीं है. You have not come here after knowing where does the Shoolini stand. Shoolini is standing nowhere. But next year, note it, we will be completing. हमने अपनी जर्नी की. Slow and steady wins the race. मैं इसलिए कह रहा हूँ, एग्जाम्पल दे रहा हूँ. आपको भी यही कहूँगा. When you are raising a foundation, immediately you cannot make crores of investment. You have to first try and test. कि क्या मेरा hypothesis ठीक चलेगा या नहीं चलेगा. This is what, when the university was started, by me at the age of 64. Because till then I was engaged in the government jobs. When I came out to start the private education. Very clear. Quantity, if I allow the faculty to publish paper in ordinary journal, then at a later date, it will be very difficult for me to change their attitude. So in the very first day of entering into the university, any teacher would join, particularly the science. Dear, I don't want to publish you to publish anywhere. I want you to only publish in the reputed journals. And gave them the list of the journals also. There are science students, they will be benefited with my sermon also. So first year, say 2013, the university was established in 2009, but that was the mid of the session. Functional university came in 2010, when we said we would like to be 200 global universities. So first PhD passed in 2013. And that was a single candidate when Dr. Abdul Kalam came here for our convocation. Single girl. And he spent 10 minutes with that girl while handing over the degree in doctorate of science to that girl. वहां से हमने slow and steady journey शुरू की. 30 papers, 60, 90, 120, year after year, 150, 180, 220, 337 last year. This year our target is 450. This is the journey which we made. And next year we will be coming with flying colors. उस journey में क्या हुआ? There are 4 units. One is citation reserve, which can be quantified. जितना को डालोगे नंबर पता लग जाए, इस पैरामीटर में इतने, इसमें इतने, इसमें उस पैरामीटर को हमने क्रैक कर लिया. Shoolini University is today capable of getting 29 out of 30 marks in one parameter. Second parameter is, and of course there is 18 marks for perception. उसमें कुछ नहीं. समझ लीजिए उस 60 में 42 नंबर को हमने क्रैक कर लिया. 0. We got ourselves assessed by the outside agency. They gave us 0 mark. हमें कोई जानते ही नहीं. They asked the top persons globally, of course Indians also, who will vote for Shoolini University. It was 2 years back, but last year we got 24 votes in our favor. उससे हमारा 1.5 marks आए. So is a system. Second, third is, again, research, I have merged the two. Small, then remaining 10 marks, international student, international faculty, scientific papers with foreign authors like that. हमारा, अब मैंने भी छोड़ दिया था अपने बताओ कष्ट कि मैं तो हार गया. I should leave it. Should not talk about 200, should talk about 400, 401. 401 भी बहुत बड़ी चीज है. ये मेरे पास लिस्ट पड़ी है कल की जो आई है टीम की. मैं आपको वहां से रख दिया मैंने. So anyway, first is Indian topper is Indian topper is Indian Institute of Science at 301, followed by IIT Ropar 351, followed by GS Academy, bracketed with them, then IIT Indore 401, and then 5. आज भी अगर हम एलिजिबल होते तो हमारा रैंक आता 401 से 500. अगर we would have been 4th best in the country. Note कर लो, 4th best in the country. अगर 4th best है कंट्री में, तो अब मैंने फिर सोचना शुरू किया 2 दिन पे, मुझे पता लग गया था ये रिजल्ट ऐसा आ रहा है. मैंने कहा मुझे छोड़ना नहीं चाहिए. Warrior must fight to the last second. Destiny can change, you do not know. And I'm going to fight. Some of my faculty teachers are here. I find Rajesh. I called the physics department. I told them, my dear boys, my dear students, my dear colleagues, oh, I have decided to fight back. उनको तरीका बताया. What is perception? You have a success story. Shoolini has a success story. A university established by an academician at the age of 65, and at the age of 69, university was established. And he has reshaped the university into a research university. And its research data is among the top global universities and among the 3rd top universities of this country. So, छोटी नहीं है. We are the highest, 3rd highest patent filers in the country. There are so many accolades of research in our favor. बाकियों की भी करूँगा, business management की भी बात भी. So it is countless, पर लोगों के पास नहीं पहुँचे. People do not know us. What do they do for assessing your perception? They ask the peer group. Globally, they write to the people. Do you know Shoolini University? Does it fall among the first 10 universities of India? Can it be included in the first 10 research university? There are these types of the questions are there. So I am now telling my colleague, I have only 4 months. The data of 2021 will be submitted by March 22, and the result will be coming at the same time this month, September 2nd or 3rd, because they declare. Yesterday result आया होता था, उस वक्त भी next year भी 2022 में भी 2nd September ही हो. तो मैंने इनको कहा कि लड़ेंगे और करेंगे, और ये स्पिरिट होनी चाहिए. रिजल्ट तो आपको भी पता लग जाएगा whether to succeed or not. Even if I do not succeed, doesn't matter. कि हमने जो 33 नंबर परसेप्शन में है, जिसमें 0 नंबर आ रहा है लगभग, उसमें कैसे हमने 10-11 नंबर लेने. अगर हम 10 नंबर ले लेते हैं तो आप दुनिया की टॉप 200 यूनिवर्सिटीज में आएंगे. So it is a challenge to my colleagues, a challenge to my well-wishers and everyone who is I'm going to inspire. For the last 2 days, I'm doing this exercise. Even today, I will be meeting pharmaceutical sciences and one more department I will choose. Yesterday, I met engineering and physics, like that. If my colleagues help me, nothing is impossible. I don't know how much they can help me, because everybody knows people. It's a random. We do not know whom they are going to ask. So my only message from this story is anybody can do anything. Even 200 is achievable for Shoolini University. I also know if we work hard, only then the divine hand will come. ऐसा तुक्का लगेगा रोना हुआ, हमारी 150 वोटें चाहिए. आप पिछले साल तक हमारी कैपेसिटी थी 25 वोट की. अगर who knows what is going to happen. But even if we have 400 or 300 or 12, we will be the University of Eminence by the Government of India. There is a circular by the GOI that any university which is among first 500 global universities and that is competent to compete for the universities of eminence of this country, India. Till date, 20 universities are in that list. 10 are the government and 10 are the private. Private कौन सी है? Let us talk about the private. जिन यूनिवर्सिटियों के पास 2000 करोड़ रुपया, ओपी जिंदल, जो बड़े बड़े उद्योगपतियों की यूनिवर्सिटीज हैं, साथ में उनमें ये लिख दिया कि 10 सालों में आपको 500 में आना पड़ेगा. हम तो भाई आज ही 500 में से ऊपर बैठे हैं, अगले साल हमारे ऊपर मोहर लग जाएगी. Look at the importance of to be among 500. उनको कहना चाहिए था 200 में आओ. I don't think the university should be universities of eminence should be given on the basis of any institution which has 2,000 crore rupees as the collateral. हमारे पास तो भाई है नहीं 2,000 करोड़. हमारे पास तो जब यूनिवर्सिटी बनाई थी कुछ भी नहीं था. This itself is a story कि प्रेम कुमार खोसला ने बिना पैसे से यूनिवर्सिटी कैसे बना ली. वो है आपको बिजनेस मैनेजमेंट के स्कूल को रिसर्च करने की. And that can form an excellent thesis for someone. Okay, how can a person develop a university where you are talking about the crores? How did he do it? So वो कल को it also, you can also follow, you can also do anything. The only message from my all discussion is, okay, dream high and nurture your dreams with hard work, passion, competence, persuasion, commitment, truthfully, without being biased. Honesty should be there. Then divine hand comes. Without that, nothing can come. In my journey, I can tell you, God has been helping me. I don't know how and why, but my analysis is where you are sincere, where you are committed, God is always there. End में आएगा, beginning में नहीं आता. मरे हुए को उठाता है. हम भी कई दफा मरे, फिर उसने ऐसा उठाया जैसे फूलों की तरह. क्योंकि we were honest, we were committed, we were putting our hard efforts. Problems are always there. So dear students, you are now, my second point is the national education policy. We are coming up for higher education in the background of the national education policy. What is national education policy? Multidisciplinary education. और पुराना टाइम नहीं है कि इसने बॉटनी पढ़ी बॉटनी पढ़ी चलो. No, they want you to fulfill your own personal urges also. Your hidden, explore your hidden talent also while as a student. Who says you should not, science students should not study dance, music, drama, astrology, astronomy, anything you think about. That was a dream in the university like Taxila. वहाँ दुनिया की हर चीज उस वक्त की पढ़ाई जाती थी. That was the first Indian university and first global university. 7,000 years ago came in this land. I can tell you, you should be proud of it. When the people were living in the caves in Europe, this country had a university. Our university where the students from all over the world, from the southeast, from the southwest, from everywhere, from that world, the people were coming. Then many universities came in India, Nalanda, Vikramshala, so on and so forth. But then during the period, medieval period, in the Islamic period, all these were burned and razed to the ground, where we entered into the dark period of 700 years. कुछ नहीं रहा हमारे पास. हमारी शिक्षा, हमारी किताबें थोड़ी बहुत मंदिरों में रह गई, and we became to the zero level. It's only the British in 1857 established 3 universities, Calcutta, Bombay, and Madras. This is about the university. Then this policy now recalls, wants to connect you with the old heritage, which was then in Takshila. सब कुछ पढ़ो, अपना सब्जेक्ट तो पढ़ोगे, पर ये नहीं हर वक्त 100% किताबें बस्ते भारी करते जाओ. In addition to that, so the classification of the education is now in your own subject, in the support subject, and the subjects of your interest. whatever the names be given to them, whether the foundation code, whether the compulsory code, the minor elective, this and that, we, Shoolini universities also, we are the forerunners in this matter in the country, I can tell you. Government of India has classified the universities into 3 categories. 1, autonomous colleges capable of distributing degrees. 2nd, the general universities who are not doing enough research, जैसे चल रही है आजकल. 3rd is the research universities, जिनको, because knowledge is generated through research, through teaching and learning, you are disseminating to the students. Then this knowledge is utilized by someone for industrial purposes. So mission of the government of India is by 2050, all the universities should be research universities in the country. जो आपकी यूनिवर्सिटी ने आज acquire कर लिया, we are a research university. हमने start ही research university से किया. वो जर्नी हमारी लंबी थी. हमने कहा 10 साल मेरे अगले साल शुरू होने हैं. दिसंबर तक I am pardoned. Next year, anybody can ask me, कहाँ गया तेरा promise? My promise will be there, but then you can, if I am not successful to 200, but I can assure you a very respectful place among 3rd or 2nd or 1st in the country. But I know that अगर perception में Dr. Rajesh, Dr. Rohit Goyal is sitting here, and I also find Deepak Kapoor है. अगर ये सब दिल से, अगर इनके मन में उतनी भावना आ जाए जितनी मेरे मन में है, तो कोई रीजन ही नहीं है. Why can't we get another 10 marks out of 33? आपके लिए तो लगता होगा तो बड़े नालायक है, 10 नंबर ही मांग रहे थे इसमें से. 3rd डिवीजन वाला था बच्चा, कुछ नहीं होता. पर जहां तो 1 नंबर नहीं आता, पेपर इतना मुश्किल है. और देखना इसको. So in national policy is going to now motivate, and it is going to be interesting. We're very lucky, I can tell you. We are coming at a time when we are national policy, every education is changing. Of course, it will take 3, 4, 5 years before things get refined. So take full advantage of the situation. And Atul has already talked about when I said soft things. And soft things are always very lovely, attractive. Boys and girls meeting together, sitting in some corner on the bench. हमारे ज़माने में ये नहीं होता था. When we were, of course, there was co-education. We used to talk girls only in the class. बाहर में तो मिलती थी, पहचानती भी नहीं थी. ऐसे behave करती थी जैसे जानते नहीं हो. वो those were days. There are 2 generations in between, and many times I wonder. I'm very lucky. I've seen so many things, both in the society, from cycle to car to on foot to automobiles, buses, then cars, then aeroplanes. So everything is seen. The standard of the living has much improved. घर में कुछ नहीं होते थे. जैसे गांव में अभी भी 2 मंजे होते थे, सुबह बिछा लेते, रात को बिछा लेते थे, दरिया लगाते थे, उसके बाद इकट्ठा करते थे, मंजे खड़े कर देते थे. That was then the life of the most of the middle class. You cannot even imagine. I'm talking about the middle class. Same middle class to which I belong now was very, very average in living. आप सोचते हो कि ऐसे भी लोग रहते थे. हम तो ऐसे भी रहे होंगे. ये नहीं है कि हमें कोई बुरा था. हमारे में कुछ नहीं होता था. Things are. टेलीविजन तो बाद में आए हैं. टेलीफोन के लिए सिफारिशें करनी पड़ती थी मिनिस्टर्स की. इमेजिन, मैंने घर में टेलीफोन लगवाना था way back in 70s. I had to catch hold of the communication minister. He was from Himachal, Pandit Sukhram. Look at how from 1970, 30 plus 20 years, in 50 years the revolution changed. और होगा. You cannot imagine what will happen in technology. Then there will be other problems also. There will be uncertainty, more wars, more fighting, more quarrels. All those things will also come. So nothing to replace goodwill. So I have to end it because I know that Poonam is thinking देखिए डॉक्टर खोसला बोली जा रहा है, इसको रुक नहीं रहा, आप भी बोर हो रहे होंगे. Anyway, my last message is to is, my doors are also open for everyone. मैं जब पालमपुर में वाइस चांसलर बन के गया तो मुझे मेरा स्टाफ कहता है, आप कैसे सर वाइस चांसलर हैं, आप टेलीफोन खुद ही उठा लेते हैं. मैं कहा और क्या कौन उठाएगा? कहते नहीं जी पहले हमारा ऑफिस उठाएगा, फिर हम आपको इन्फॉर्म करेंगे जी उसका टेलीफोन आया. और मैं कहा जी मेरे से नहीं हो सकता. मगर मेरे सामने घंटी बज रही है, जाता हूँ ऐसा सिस्टम लाओ मुझे घंटी ना सुनो. अब अंदर भी घंटी आ रही है, बाहर भी आ रही है. अगर बाहर कोई नहीं बैठा, if I forget what is the matter? When my car will stop at the gate, 4 PNs will run to catch hold of my briefcase. This colossal wastage of resources. मैंने कहा कोई नहीं भागेगा. I am a teacher. I don't want anybody to catch hold of my files or my papers, or if I have a briefcase. It is my sacred weapon. I cannot give it to you. No, please don't come in future at the gate. He vice also knows where are the stairs which he has to climb. He can come in. तो छोटी छोटी चीजें होती हैं घर में. वाइस चांसलर रेजिडेंस, एक आदमी खाना बना रहा है, एक आदमी उसको चेक कर रहा है, तीसरा आदमी खाना लेकर आ रहा है, एक उसको दे रहा है. 4 आदमी, एक आदमी का काम 4 कर रहे हैं. कि 2 आदमी बड़ा बूढ़ी है, कितनी रोटी खाएंगे? 2 मैं खाऊंगा, 1 बीबी खाएगी, 3 रोटी खानी है और 4 आदमी वहां खड़े हैं. दिस हाउ द ह्यूमन सोर्स. लोगों इसी में ईगो है, प्रेस्टीज है, देखो जी वाइस चांसलर की इतनी शान है. और वो खड़ा होता था बाहर बंदूक लेके, सिक्योरिटी मैन. मैं कहा नो, व्हाट इज द सिक्योरिटी? कहते नहीं वाइस चांसलर बड़ी सिक्योरिटी है, रात को कोई आ जाएगा. मगर डजंट मैटर, मेरे से किसी ने क्या लेना. एक तो रात के 12 बजे आ गए लड़के, वो भी सच्चे हैं वैसे यूनिवर्सिटी वाले, ऐसा नहीं है, नारे लगाते हुए. मैंने कहा क्या, मैंने माय वाइफ सेड दरवाजा खोल लो. मैं कहा दरवाजा तोड़ देंगे. लेट मी फेस द थिंग्स इन फ्रंट, ऑलवेज फेस द थिंग्स इन फ्रंट, नॉट इन द बैक. आई केम आउट. मैं कहा बताओ व्हाट इज द प्रॉब्लम? वो कहें जी उसने जो खाना अच्छा नहीं था उसमें कीड़ा निकलाया. मैं कहा कीड़ा निकलाया तो 9 बजे आते, रोटी तो तुमने 8 बजे खा ली, आए आप 12 बजे हैं. मैं कहा 12 बजे मेरे किसी दुश्मन ने आपको चक दिया होगा, चलो वाइस चांसलर के उसको, तो आप आ गए. मैं कहा इज दिस द वे? फिर सबके मुंह ढीले. मैं कोई नहीं. फिर एक साथ है जो बच्चा बीमार है, हॉस्पिटल नहीं है वहां पर, उसको मंडी लेकर जाना है. मैं कहा ले जाओ. मैं टेलीफोन करना, नहीं आप भी जाओ. मैं कहूँगी आई विल गो. मैं उनके साथ गया. मुझे पता था अगर मैं इनको नहीं सॉल्व की नहीं समस्या तो मुझे घेरेंगे. बात कहना जी आप ना जाओ. मैं कहा नहीं अब आप तो मैंने कह दिया मैं जाऊंगा रात के 12 बजे. मैं कार मंगाई, उनको बस करवाई, मैं बैठो. बस में 10 आदमी नहीं बैठे आउट ऑफ द क्राउड. क्यों? इट वॉज ए शो टू सी दैट किसी ने चक्के होगा भी बाई चांस को कैसे फील करना. पर जब उनको लगा कि ये तो रात के 12 बजे चला गया, मैं रात के 12 बजे चला गया. मुझे क्या था, मैंने टेलीफोन मेरे पीए ने कर दिया, सर्किट हाउस में कमरा बुक हो गया, मैं जाके सो गया. सवेरे जाके 9 बजे जाके देख लिया उसको, वापस आ गए. तो भाई घर में भी सोना है, 1.5 घंटे का रास्ता है पालमपुर से मंडी का, या 2 का होगा. तो इट्स दैट, किसी भी प्रॉब्लम को डरो ना, फेस इट इन फ्रंट. थैंक यू वेरी मच. देयर विल बी मेनी ओकेजन्स आई विल बी शेयरिंग माय थॉट्स. माय डोर्स आर ओपन फॉर यू. कोई भी मुझे मिलने आ सकता है. एंड आई लव पीपल. आई एम ए पीपल्स पर्सन. और मैं बोलता भी ज्यादा हूँ, कहानियां भी ज्यादा सुनाता हूँ, पर आई एम नॉट इगोइस्ट. इगो नहीं है. मैं तो इसलिए जो सब कुछ बातें की आपसे कि यू शुड नो, एक ऑर्डिनरी आदमी प्रेम कर. आई हैव रिटन माय ऑटोबायोग्राफी. और किसी ने पढ़नी हो तो 300 रुपए की मेरे ऑफिस से ले सकता है. ऐसे का प्राइस 600 स्टूडेंट के लिए मैंने रखा हुआ है. यू विल रियली एंजॉय इट. ओपन बुक. Everything I've written, what has happened in my life, from girls to job to everything. Okay, ji, thank you very much. God bless you, everybody.
करवा रहे. हाँ हाँ.
A telephone आ गया important, then I thought I should now break. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. आपके your interaction is never boring actually. You have so many interesting things to share with the students, and I could see a lot of smiles on everyone's face while you were sharing them. And students really do love the way you speak to them and inspire them.
I am their grandfather. 81 साल के आदमी का क्या रिश्ता होगा इनके साथ? ग्रैंडफादर होगा. ग्रैंडफादर को तो ग्रैंड चिल्ड्रन अच्छे लगते हैं. तो कभी भी किसी की भी कोई प्रॉब्लम हो, फाइनेंशियल, कुछ, एनीथिंग, you can come to me. So I love grandchildren. Okay, now there is the oath. Please stand up. Raise your right hand.
I request everyone to please stand up, and I also request everyone to switch on their cameras. You cannot be taking an oath with your camera switched off. So please, it's a 2-minute oath, very important. I can see quite a lot of you have got up. Others also, please put on your cameras and stand up kindly.
Cameras and stand up. I am also standing up. So you won't disappoint the grandfather. So now I will read. There is a blank. When say I के बाद, you have to speak your name. मेरा नाम ना बोलना. I do solemnly pledge to become a good student at Shoolini University. My purpose at Shoolini University will be to seriously devote myself to learn and acquire knowledge in the field of my discipline. Through my actions and behavior, I shall aim to develop my personality and acquire noble traits of honesty, compassion, and sincerity to become a worthy and proud ambassador of my Shoolini University. Therefore, I promise that I will be conscientious in my academic work and discriminating in my social contacts and association. I will live and conduct myself at the university with a sense of discipline. I will strive to manage my time to acquire skills in communication and leadership. I will act with utmost integrity and pursue my studies and goals in an ethical manner. I will seek assistance when I need it and give it where I can. I will value the interest of my fellow students in the university. I will take responsibility for my actions and learn to accept my mistakes and identify lessons from them. I will guard myself against my behavior that advances my own narrow ambition. I shall be guided by the concept of service to others. I will remember that all times I represent Shoolini University, and I will bring no harm or shame to her and her faculty. Lastly, I will be accountable to my teachers, to my seniors, for living by this oath. This oath I make freely and upon my honor. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your wonderful interaction with the students, and thank you for getting them to take the oath. Please remember each and every word of this oath, students, not just during your college or university days, but also for all the years ahead. Thank you. So we now move over to another very important session. And now you're going to have Dr. Kamal and Sachin Sharma. They are going to take you through My Shoolini app and the technology part that plays a very, very important role in our day-to-day life as a Shoolinian. So, you know, throughout this Corona period, not that they were not working hard before, but during this period when technology suddenly became the most foremost part, I should say, of the education system, and everything had to be done on a platform that was suitable for all students, this team has worked the hardest. And my hats off to them for, you know, solving so many issues that we faced initially. And generally now the system has become almost seamless. So there is an app that's going to help you through every day where you're going to, you know, get all the notifications and everything. And there is technology that supports it. And all the things that you need to know that go on in the e-unit and on the technology Dr. Kamal Kant, he's Director E-Learning. He's here, and so is Sachin, who's our Chief Technical Officer, and I think even Hemant sir is here from the IT department. So over to you guys. We are, a little behind schedule. I'm sorry to keep you waiting, but won't take much time now. Please go ahead. Thank you for being here.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, ma'am, and thanks for the lovely introduction. So, probably Sachinji would start first because he's the one who will be taking everyone through the My Shoolini platform, and then we join in for EUNIV. Sachinji, good morning.
Hi, good morning all. Hi.
Hi,
So, yeah,
Hemanji.
I will start by sharing the screen. Thank you, Poonam ma'am. Thank you, Kamal sir. I'll start by sharing my screen. So, hi everyone. So I think you guys can see my screen. So this is a screen. I think you have registered through this only. So we would start with my.shoolnews.com. This is available on Google Play and App Store both. You will log in through your registration IDs which has been given to you. Sign in. This is the dashboard which you will be seeing as you start registering and confirming by your respective faculties. So I will take you through some important aspects of this dashboard. So basically, this is a left bar. This is dashboard for personal. I'll start with timetable. This is the most important thing, timetable. So when you click on a timetable, it has two parts. First is the part where you can see your lecture. Here you can see your today's timetable for the today's, that's the Friday, so it's a timetable Friday, and you can see lecture timings. And here you can see the subject name. The click to refresh means the class has not yet started. So when a teacher starts a class, then it will say click to join. Okay, so let me refresh it again. Let me see if the teacher has started class. Teacher has not started class. So let me start the class. I will take you to the click to views timetable, to view week's timetable. I will click here. From here, you can check the whole week's timetable. This is a test account, so you can see this this student account has lectures on 10 at 10 o'clock, 10:30, and 11 on Friday. But here you can see the whole timetable for your whole week. It's a weekly timetable. This is a today's timetable. So let me 1 minute. Let me just start the class. 1 minute. Sorry, again sharing the screen. I went to a teacher's account and started the class. So again sharing the dashboards. This is the dashboard now. So around 11:30, 11:25, you need to refresh. If there is showing click to refresh, we will refresh it. And if the teacher has entered the class, then you will say it will change to the class started, click to join. So as a student, now you will join the class. This is the class. So again, if we have seen in the starting, normally students or the user which are using this app, they face some issues. So if you're facing the audio issue, you can click here on this button. It's called join audio. If you click here, it will ask for your microphone thing, and you just click on the microphone and you can join through a microphone. So now you have joined through a microphone. You can mute and unmute from here. You can unmute and unmute from here. So this is here. From here, you can turn on your cameras. It will give you option for all your cameras. It will show all your cameras. Now, like I have 5 cameras, it will show all my cameras. I can turn on my cameras in the class. Teacher will also be turning on the cameras, speaking, and you can chat with the teacher in the class. You can talk, unmute whenever teacher allows you. You can unmute from here. You can turn on the cameras. Like this, you can basically be part of a class. Here you can see list of all the students which are part of the class. At the top, the round thing means it's the square thing means it's a teacher. The round thing means it's a student. This is how a virtual class looks like at Shoolini. Again, moving on to the next topic. This is the timetable. Again, moving next topic. So next topic is next we have news at Shoolini. So here it's a basically this portal was made to keep update each and everyone at Shoolini. It is being updated every hour. It has all the latest things happening in and around Shoolini University. So you can go around, explore what's happening around the university. You can be part of different research topics. You can be part of the authors are also from the university, so you can also write articles here and you can publish here. So this is a news what's happening at Shoolini. Again, it's a my attendance, very important for students, right? So my attendance thing, it shows you the attendance. If it's less than 75%, it will show you a red thing. This is a dummy account. So as you can see, it will show you all your subjects, all your electives, all your open electives. Then I goes to my polls. My polls is a section where during the journey at Shoolini University, you will be getting different polls on different topics where you can share your views. These polls are totally anonymous. So using these polls, basically we decide what students like. You can see how do you rate your Wi-Fi experience in campus. So this is a dummy poll which I'm showing you. So these polls will be coming to you. You will be answering these polls, and using these polls answer, we will be improving the services whichever we want. Then again to my YKC. YKC is a library. We have a beautiful library at Shoolini University. So you can search books from here. We have a facility where when you will be coming to the campus, you can, if you want to search a book, you can just search for a book. I don't know what machine. You can search for a book and you can book a book from the hostel itself, and you can just place a hold on it, and this will make sure that the book is not issued to anyone else. When you come to the library, this book will be issued to you. These are so many facilities here. So I would like to explore you. I would like you to explore more. This is the Knowledge Center. Coming back to this, we also basically take account of every hour spent in the library, and there are different prizes given to students who spend maximum hours in a week, in a month, all these. So from here you can also see the different hours spent in the library. This is a dummy account, so you will see all the hours here. Coming to EUNIV will be shown by, I think, Dr. Kamal. He will be taking through EUNIV in extension. This is a hostel detail. The students will be staying in hostel. They will have their own hostel portal where they can see their hostel name, their room number. They can see their roommates, and they can see their attendance. My profile, it's basically a profile. If you think your name or your other information is wrong, you can contact your department and they can get it corrected, because this is used for creating DMCs and other things. Then we have a very interesting thing, radio at Shoolini. This is being done by the Department of Journalism. There are around 500 plus shows done by students. You can basically play these different shows.
Radio Shoolini. Hello, Shoolini.
These are the different shows. There are 500 plus shows, and the Department of Journalism keep on updating this. So you can basically go ahead, and you can be also part of some of the shows, and you can put it here. Then there's a My Knowledge Base. I think this is a PG induction. Is very important for you guys. So this is a EBESCO account which Shoolini has. Currently, I am logging from Chandigarh, so I need a username, ID, and password. You will, from your home, you can use this username and password through your department. Your department is sharing the credentials for you. You can log in and search for different papers. I think we have around 25,000 plus journals here. You can search different papers from here. When you are at Shoolini, you don't have to log in. You log in automatically into the EBESCO account. Then there are all the lectures taken online are recorded, so you can view all the lectures from here like this. I go to a subject, I click on and I can check the recorded video from here. These are the recorded videos available here. You can see this is a sample video, so you can play. So all the videos during a class are recorded and are published to your My Video section. This is your My Videos, videos. Then going to the exam, these are also very important. Exam, you will have all your notifications here.
You are currently the only person in this conference.
You will have all your notifications here, exam notifications, everything. And you will also, as you proceed in your journey in Shoolini University, you will be your DMC will be also available here, DMC certificates and all. From here, you can go to the exam dashboard. Exam dashboard, basically, you can go to the online exams and offline exam both from here. All kind of examination information is on the My Exam portal. This is the student support system. I think all of you guys have used the student support system. We have a 24/7 student support system from where you can raise a concern on different topics. This is student support system. You can raise any concern related to Shoolini University, your here, and then you can my fees thing. It will be showing you all your fees, all your previous paid fees, all your upcoming fees, different kind of fees will be shown here, and you can pay it from here itself, online, offline, both. Offline means you can pay by depositing a RTGS or a check, and then you can upload that here. And online means you can pay, like click here and pay online through your card. Coming to YCA, there will be different. There's Yogananda Career Academy. There will be different things available as you go across. There are different things happening, clubs and all. You will keep on seeing different. This is the Yogananda Career Academy. We will also publishing you clubs, various clubs activities here. You can go and join from there. Then there's a learning beyond classroom, LBC. Here articles are being pushed, relevant articles are being pushed, and you can. This is just for fun reading. You can read around. In the last, we have a notification notices. Here, from here, you can see different processes created by e-learning team. You can see online learning process, eBesco, ebook databases. You can see download these from here, and all those notices come here as a bell icon. Whenever a new notification appears, it will also appear in a mobile app as a bell icon here, and you can view all of these. Like this first year due all. This was a notification published on 31st. So all the notification will be here, all the notifications. That's it from the My Shoolini dashboard. I think over to you, Dr. Kamal.
So thanks a lot, Sachinji, and thanks for the wonderful presentation. So hello students, and good morning once again. So I'm Kamal Kant Vasist, and I work as a Director of E-Learning over here, and also as an Associate Professor in the School of Business Management. Also, I've been given another responsibility to head the Center of Excellence for Direct Selling in Academics, and wherein we are starting one of its kind postgraduate diploma in direct selling, which is one of which is the first one of its kind in the entire Asia, right? And it's the second of its kind in the entire world. So I can see some postgraduate PGDDS, postgraduate diploma in direct selling students also here. I can see Gajendra, I can see Sarita on the first screens. I can see Novel. Okay, welcome all. Apart from diploma students, welcome to all the PG students. And I need not say anything else after the inspiring talks of our Honorable Vice Chancellor and Chancellor Sir, and also after the platform that Sachinji displayed to you. It is one of the most robust technological platform you'll come across in any university. It's again one of its kind, and Sachinji and his team have been working tirelessly. Also, there are people in EUNIV team who work tirelessly for that. I'll introduce you to them as well. So I'll just take you through the EUNIV part that Sachinji just left out of the My Shoolini dashboard. So he showed you all these various the applications that we have. So now I'll take you through EUNIV. EUNIV, as we call it, EUNIV is our learning management system, right? And learning management system, when Word did not know a thing about learning management systems in the when we talk about specifically in India, and then we thought about starting it because the management was visionary and they knew that the technology is where the world is headed, where the academic world is headed. And we started with EUNIV way back in 2013, and it is our great fortune that this initiative was inaugurated by none other than one of the most respected Indians across the globe, ex-president of India, late Shri Abdul Kalam ji. He was the one who inaugurated it, and we were very fortunate in 2013. And since then, it's been a great journey. And from the beginning time wherein even the teachers were resistant, and they thought that this is some kind of an extra burden upon them. And there were strict resistance from the teachers who said that you're trying to replace the teachers. So I must tell you at the outset that this is not a replacement to a teacher. Technology can never replace a teacher, right? Nothing can replace a human touch. but it is just a like supplement to the teaching, and it's a supplement which has become integral over the years, and specifically in these pandemic times. So Nanda ma'am told you, Sachinji told you that when pandemic hit the globe or India, so we were able to like transform the classes into online classes within a span of 3 years, 3 days, right? So we wasted almost no time. And why did that happen? Because eUni was so embedded into the Shoolini culture that all the students knew how to use technology. All the teachers knew how to use technology, right? And I'll just take you through a few, very few major activities. So this is how the your landing page of eUni looks like, right? And you log into that. So on my courses, you can see all the courses that you will be currently subscribed to. All the courses that you're taking, जो भी course आप उस semester में, current semester में ले रहे होंगे, those courses would appear on the landing page. And like you can see, so I'll just show you a sample course, so like this microeconomics course, and automatically you will be enrolled into the courses, right? And your faculty also would be enrolled into the courses. और जैसे आप ये देख रहे हो, ऐसे this is how a course looks like. At the start of it, you can see one of the very senior professors, Dr. Kesri, Dr. Professor Kesri Singh. So this is an introduction video, and this is how it looks like.
Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Kesri Singh, and in this quadmester, I will be teaching microeconomics to you. See, economics is something which is omnipresent. We see that the knowledge of economics is very, very important in our day-to-day life. We have to make different decisions on.
Okay, so some of the courses would be having, so most of the courses would be having an introductory video, right? And moving on, so you can see there are various activities that would be there. So first of all, I'll take you through the lectures. So this is called the general section, right? So at the top of it, the journal section, you'll find something called lecture schedule, right? Now, what is this lecture schedule? So everything is very, very systemized. And in this lecture schedule, you will find all the lectures that you will be taking, right? In the form of a schedule, right? As we move down, you can see, so first of all, you can see the description of the course, the content, and after the content, you can see the course outcome. All the courses, all the subject, all the curriculum at Shoolini is outcome based, right? So it's not something that you study and you do not apply to the world. So we always say that knowledge without application is vestigial. It is of no use, right? So the outcome based, what would be the knowledge outcome? What would be the skill outcome? What is the methodology? So you can see the pedagogy or the methodology, how many lectures, how many case studies, how many quizzes, how many discussions, how many assignments, all that stuff. What is the criteria for your grading? So how much marks for the assignments, quizzes, for end term, for midterm, for discussion forums, and all sort of activities that you'll be taking, like role plays and all. Various activities do we take. Then we'll have an information about what are the books that are required or are recommended. Now, this is what I wanted to show you, lecture 1. So all the subjects would be divided into a specified number of lectures according to the credits that are there in that lecture. So some of your courses would be like a 4-credit course, which would indicate that you'll be having around 60 lectures, right, in 6 months. Some of the courses would be having like 3 credits. So roughly 1 credit, it translates into 15 hours of teaching or 15 lectures, right? So when it is in physical form, it is a 1-hour lecture. Of course, when it is in online form, it is a 25-minute lecture. Why? Because that is what the research goes and says that no one has an attention span, no students in an online mode. The most preferred attention span is 25 minutes, right? After 25 minutes, people like start getting distracted, right? So lecture 1, you can see what is the pedagogy, how it would be taught, whether it would be PowerPoint, whether it would be a case study, whether it would be a role play or whatever. Topics to be covered, learning motivation, why should you study that? Where would you find the content related to that? And likewise, right? Lecture 2, lecture 3, and this is how it goes on, right? So you'll find the details of the subject you're taking over there. Now, after that, you'll find the PowerPoint that the teacher has taken. So this is the PowerPoint that Dr. Kesri in the first lecture. So you can see the PowerPoint, right? And apart from PowerPoint, any other material, as you can see over here, OER. What is OER? It is open educational resources. The resources that are free to use from across the globe. World is moving towards free education, right? So there is so much content available. So your teacher will find the most appropriate and relative content from the best of the resources, and you'll get it all on the single stop solution, that is EUNIV. So you can see lecture 2, lecture 3, some YouTube videos would be there, some articles would be there, some research articles would be there, right? So you'll find all the content over here, right? Now, apart from the content, there are other activities which I'll take you through. So there is something called interactive videos, right? So you can find these interactive videos over here. And what are these interactive videos like? Okay, so suppose this is a video, right? And I'll play this for you.
Cells are the smallest living units of an organism. All cells have three things in common, no matter what type of cell they are. All cells have a cell membrane.
Okay, so you can see what happens. So within the video, a teacher has put an interaction, right? So this is just to create engagement. This is just so that you remain engaged in the video, right? So there's a question, there is an MCQ. The interaction can be a picture, it can be anything, right? And it can be MCQ, it can be a fill in the blanks. So you can see what is not a function of cell membrane. So I say shape, probably, right? And I'll check. This is a wrong answer, right? And they say, okay. So I'll check it again. So it says it's the right answer. And then I can continue, right?
Which separates the inside of the cell from its cell's genetic material.
Interactions. So these kind of videos can be there, and they may be there, they may not be there, but this is one of the.
There are two broad categories of.
This is one of the capabilities, right? And once you do that, you've reached level 2, which means the gamification, the badges. You earn badges as you go along, right? And I'm showing you the maximum potential. You can push your teachers to use all the resources. A very, very important activity, again, I want to show you is discussion forum. What is a discussion forum? Discussion forum is wherein you all interact with each other. You all have a discussion with each other. एक दूसरे के साथ बात करते हैं. Why? Because in today's scenario, peer-to-peer learning, जो हम आपस में सीखते हैं, अतुल सर ने भी बोला कि क्लासरूम के बाहर हम क्या सीखते हैं. That is very important. Apart from learning from the teacher, we learn from each other, right? You're from so much diverse backgrounds. I was seeing in the chat, West Bengal, Maharashtra, and there's so many places like Northeast and everywhere you're from, right? We learn so much from each other. And when we talk about discussion forums, it is peer-to-peer learning. So many things are there which you can resolve within yourself. So we are moving towards blended learning. We are moving towards flipped classroom, wherein the classroom time is utilized towards maximum benefit of the student and the teacher, right? So वहां पर आके teacher अपना lecture ना ले, right? You just see the video lectures, you see the other thing, you see the other stuff around that, and you come prepared to the class with some questions, with some queries, with some things that the teacher can guide you upon. Right? और जो छोटी-छोटी चीजें आप यहीं से सीखो discussion forum से. जैसे I'll show you the example. So like this is a discussion forum Dr. Kesri has put through, and there are students who will participate. So you can start a discussion forum. आप एक नया forum start कर सकते हो. जो भी discussion forum है उसके अंदर आप अपना response दे सकते हो. If your peer, if your class fellow is facing some issues, you can answer them. When we started with EUNIV, I can tell you that most of the things that I have learned while founding the EUNIV, were through discussion forums. दुनिया में इतनी बातें होती थी. It is based upon a system called Moodle, and I scrolled through so many, and my team and Sachin ji and every one of us, we scrolled through so many discussion forums. We found an answer to everything that we required. Right? कुछ भी problem फंसती थी, हम discussion forum ढूंढते थे, मिल जाता था answer. Right? So this is a discussion forum which is very important. Okay. There are two things which are left, which I would like to tell you. So probably in the next 7 minutes we'll complete. Okay, Sachinji showed you the resource center EBSCO. You can see over here also. Whenever you log into EUNIF, you'll find it on the right hand corner of your screens. So EBSCO, you click on this, and this is the user ID and password that are also shown here. So you can log in with these credentials as well, and you can search through all the content that you want, right? Okay. Now, I'll take you through an assignment, how assignment looks like. So you'll find an assignment over here, right? So you just click on that. Whenever a teacher gives you an assignment, you'll get a notification from the teacher himself. So this is an assignment. It says read the case study and give solutions to the following problems. So this is a case study. You click on that, you'll find the case, and these are the questions that you need to answer. Now, when do that, when you're ready with the answers, you click on this add submission. Now, while adding the submission, there are two options. A teacher can have either of these, right? So you can either have a file. So specifically for science students or pharma students who need to have a assignment, to type an assignment or draw an assignment on a piece of paper, and then click a photograph, and then you upload the file over here, right? The second thing is online test. So if there is a theoretical assignment, you just need to type in over here. So either of these would be there depending upon what your teacher wants you to do, right? And once you're done, you click on save changes. Your assignment would be saved, and the teacher would be able to grade it, right? So remember that be it discussion forums, be it like the assignments, these are all graded activities. Even your attendance is graded. Even your attendance is taken towards the final grade, because we have a system, we call it continuous evaluation system. You will be evaluated all through your 6 months, and at the end of the 6 months, there is a end term exam which carries very less percentage. It's like 30% weightage. Midterm probably has 15% weightage, and rest of the 55-60 marks are distributed, right? Okay. Now this activity, we call it a quiz activity or an examination activity. How this is done? So, okay, no more attempt. Just give me 1 second. Probably I'll see some other quiz or just. So I just want to show you how the quiz looks like. Okay. There is just one attempt which is allowed in this. So I'll take you through this. Just give me 1 second, but I'll take you through another thing to end it all. Kapil, उनको बोलना राम को 1 minute. Okay, just give me 1 second. I'll take you through. Finally, I'll take you through one another activity. वो
Kamal, you're muted, please.
I'm sorry. So technological glitches, they do happen sometimes. Okay. So you can see this activity called feedback. So we at Shoolini, we believe in continuous like upgradation of student as well as the faculty, right? So once your 2/3 course is over, any of your courses, once the 2/3 course is over, so you'll be given an opportunity to rate your faculty member, right? And this is a feedback, and I would strongly urge you to give the feedbacks, because this is how we like grow. This is how we can improve ourselves, right? It is and this is completely anonymous, right? No one can understand. If we are the admins of the system, I can show you. So like show responses, and you can see over here that response number 1, response number 2. Why? Because this is completely anonymous. No one can see who has written what, right? So, but that doesn't mean that you'll write odd things over here. It should be pretty straight, and whatever it should be done to improve the feedback. You can see what a feedback looks like: regular and punctual in taking the classes, as a good subject matter knowledge, everything about that, use of PowerPoint, control. So these are the benchmark feedbacks that we've taken, the questions that we have taken, right? And at the end of it, you'll see, should he, she be taking the course to the next set of students? What is your overall rating of the teachers? And any other suggestions or comments. So once you fill the feedback, then we consolidate the feedback, and you can see over here, you can see the analysis. So you can see that regular and punctual in taking classes 4.47. So it is okay, sort of, right? So which is good. Anything around 4.5 is pretty good from and you can see the, this is how we analyze each and every course. So there are around like 1,000 courses which are being taken in a current semester, in a particular semester. We analyze each and every teacher on each and every course that he has taken, and there's a like there's an indent that we have prepared, right? And based upon that, we actually take the decisions toward whether they should be taking the next set of class or not. One teacher might be very good at one subject, and he might not be that good at another subject. We always make sure that you get best of the teachers for best of the, but we can only do that if you participate in these activities, right? And there were polls also which Sachin has showed to you, and that also are very important to be done, right? Okay, just give me 1 second. I just want to show you that just final thing I want to show you is the quiz activity. Just give me 1 second, I'll get back to it. Okay. Share the screen. You'll find here a tab on all your quiz, on all your examinations. So this is how it happens. You'll find like if I show it to you on the screen, so this is how it will appear. So it's like term examination and term examination. This would be on a separate server, but just I'll show you a glimpse of how it looks like. So once you enter it, it would be attempt quiz. So it would say start attempt. You click on that, and once you click on that, this is how a quiz appears. So you can get an MCQ. So we have all the capabilities. Multiple choice questions can be there. There can be a fill in the blank. There can be a matching question, and even there can be descriptive questions. So descriptive questions भी हो सकते हैं जिसमें कि आपको यहाँ पर एक wherein you'll have a question and you'll have a box wherein you'll type the answers, right? तो एक box हो सकता है जिसमें आप type करेंगे answers and the question would be there. So as you can see over here, so we'll say this. and next page. So one question per page would appear. In this case, we have kept it free. Free means I can come back to the first question again, right? But generally in the times of exams, once you attempt a question, you cannot come back to answer it. So you can only move to the next page if you have answered a question. We call it sequential, right? And you go to next page, you go to next page, and then you take an answer, right? So this is how it appears. This is how you can also see there is time, which is like appearing on the left hand side, and you can keep a track of the time as well, right? One another thing about this quiz is that the MCQs would be checked themselves or evaluated themselves, so automatically, and the descriptive question the teacher has to manually grade, right? When we talk about these questions, so these are all like shuffled questions, and which shall minimize any unfair means being used in the exams. So suppose we take 100 questions from the teachers, so any 40 out of those 100 can go to any of the students, right? So all the students will get a different set of questions in different order. Even the options that you can see over here, Adam Smith, Schumpeter, Keynes, and Amartya Sen, even the options would be shuffled. So for one, Amartya Sen would be A option, for another Adam Smith would be one option, right? So this is how the password would be there. So we have like 5 security walls to prevent the use of unfair means. Proctored exams are also there. We are talking about online. In case of offline, everything is like in black and white. So these are the various capabilities of the EUNI platform. Of course, we cannot tell you everything in just around 15-20 minutes that we have in the induction process, but what, like when you go along, you learn along the way, right? And there's so many capabilities that the platform has, and I'm sure that you'll have a great learning experience, and we are here to learn from you. We are open for feedback. In case you find anything that you want to be improved, you can send in the feedback to us. We'll try to improve on upon that, right? We have tried to maximize the interaction and engagement of the students in the online times as well. And we also got a iGauge award for digital excellence in academics, which is there with only 30 universities across India, right? So which is a testimonial to our robust online education system, right? So that's it from EUNIV side. Nanda ma'am, back to you.
Thank you so much, Kamal. I think what Sachin and you have taken through, taken them through is extremely important. I know it may sound a bit complicated right now, but you will get used to it very, very fast. And I know the younger generation these days really does not need much hand holding in technology and things like that. We are the ones who are struggling. So super presentation, sir. That's what Sarita is saying. So thank you, Sarita. I hope that was useful to you. And I'm sure it was, because that is your, as I keep saying the word, the lifeline for you people, whether you're offline or online, but this technology platform is really going to make you sail through your next few years in the campus. So thank you, Kamal. Thank you, Sachin. Thank you so much. Thank you, Hemant, for all the work that you guys put together. I know how stretched you are all the time, but thank you for taking out the time to explain everything to the students. Thanks once again.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you all. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. And we are always there for, like, so I could not introduce my team to you, Manish and Hetram and Vikas and Chandan. So we are there in the library, and you have the numbers, you'll have the numbers of the UNIV and IT team. So they're always on their toes to help the students. So in case you have any doubts, you need any clarifications, you need any help, you can always turn up to us, right? Thank you very much for your patience listening. I understand that this is technical topics are a little bit like boring, but that is how life goes, right? And without this, there is no there can be no academics at this point of time, right? So thank you very much for your patience, guys. Thank you, thank you, ma'am.
Yes, thank you, Kamal. And Let me also assure the students that when Kamal sir says that the team is available all the time to support you and help you out, he really means every word of it, because it's one of the most supportive teams and the most heavily in demand teams, because students are struggling with so much, but they're always there. So please feel free to reach out whenever you want. Thank you.
Ma'am, if you give me just 1 second, I'll just
Anji.
bring in Ram and Manish so that they can just have a look at them. Right?
Yes,
Just
certainly.
give me 1 second. Just
certainly.
Just say hello, quick hello. Hello. So it's Manish sir and Ram sir. And so
Hi
they are
Manish.
like,
Hi Ram.
hello. So they are the pillars of UNIV, and whenever you need their support, they'll be always there, right? And so I just wanted you to introduce you to them, right?
Thank you guys for all your support all the time. Thank you, team.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you
so much.
Right, ma'am. Thank you.
That was another very crucial part of your day-to-day interaction here. Your classes, everything is going to, depend on how swiftly you are able to navigate through all the platforms. But everything is available. It's simple, it's easy, and very, very user-friendly. अगर मेरे जैसा यूज कर सकता है तो तुम लोग बहुत आगे बढ़े हुए हो, right? So now we're going to have another very, very interesting session. That's by Payal Khanna. She's a senior coach and assistant professor here in FMSLA. I'll give you a little bit of an introduction about Payal, and she will tell you the program that she has floated, and especially for PG students, right? And so I would like you to listen to every word that she says about her program. But before that, let me give you a brief introduction on Payal. She's an associate certified coach from International Coach Federation, and she's an academic with close to a decade's experience and has a strong background as an education professional and MPhil in humanities. She also holds a PG diploma in nutrition and childcare. A Carl Jung concept certified coach, Payal has also completed her certification in applied neuroscience for coaches. Payal is skilled in leadership development, training, mentoring, and community outreach. The humanistic philosophy to respect the dignity of life is her guidepost and underlines her empathetic coaching approach. So we're very, very fortunate to have Payal and her husband Ajay. You will meet him later. He's now the director for training, and Payal is a senior coach here. And she, after she has come here, she on her own has been engaging in coaching, but she has put together a brilliant path-breaking program that no other university can talk about. So she's going to tell you all about that now, and it's going to be exciting. And what she is going to tell you is not a mandatory program, but after listening to her, I'm sure each one of you is going to be very, very excited to join it. So thank you, Payal. I apologize for the delays. You know how it is. A little bit here, a little bit there, and I know you have a class to take after this, but thank you for being patient and thank you for being here, and over to you.
Thank you so much, Poonam ma'am, as ever, for a lovely and a beautiful introduction. It really means a lot to me, like always. And good afternoon to you and all the students. And I understand that we are crunched for time, so I will also take very little time to take the students through the presentation and around the VE coaching program, but also try and do justice to it. And I applaud you and your team for being able to run this stellar induction program, for all the students, whether undergraduates or postgraduates. So students, good afternoon again. This is Payal Khanna, your senior coach at the Shoolini University. So before I begin, I would like to welcome you all at the campus. I'm sure you have had a hearty and a warm welcome by the Chancellor, the Vice Chancellor, and all the people that have been talking to you. I know this is happening back to back. There is no breather, but I'm sure you will bear with us and allow us to give you glimpses of the university as much as we can. So coming directly to the We Empower coaching program, I'm also looking at the time so that I'm able to finish within the stipulated time frame. the We Empower coaching program as it is named at the Shoolini University. Now, what is this We Empower? It is that we at the Shoolini University are here to empower you all, to enable you all to be the best version of yourselves. And we are doing this by bringing professional coaching. When I say professional coaching, it means people who are credentialed, certified, professional executive coaches who work in corporates with CEOs, CXOs, and CFOs coming to you and donating their hours of coaching so that you can be successful in your personal and professional lives. As Poonam ma'am already stated, it's a path-breaking initiative to take coaching to the higher education sector. And as I already mentioned, the coaches, including me, who will be working with you, are the ones who work with the senior most top management in India and abroad. But this is a first-time endeavor within the country to bring coaching out of the boardroom and take it to the classroom. Now, it is not an academic course. It does not entail assignments and exams. It is an individual intervention where you partner with the coach to get on your journey where you become your best version. This program is open to postgrads of all and across all streams. Now this, because specifically and categorically is the target audience is postgrads, and you'll be moving out of the university very soon, as fast as you've come in, we would really encourage and recommend that you go for this coaching intervention. It's a voluntary program. You can sign up for it, work with an international coach, and report professional and personal success, right? I'll come to the details of it in a moment. This program, the program that I'm going to share with you are some glimpses from the pilot phase that happened in the previous academic year between April to June, 3 months for the MBA students. And now it has been opened up to the entire university. Now, before we get into the details of the program, let's take a pause. Pauses are very and extremely important. Let's connect with our emotions. Let's label, name our emotion right now. I have some of them on the screen for you. So close your eyes for a moment, take a deep breath, relax, slow down your breathing, and see what you're feeling. What is that you're experiencing right now? And put it in the chat box. And there are some pointers for you on the screen. Happy, calm, happy, wow, okay, silly, happy, calm, excited, tremendous, okay, Ruchika is a bit anxious, proud, excited, happy. I'm so happy to note that most of you are feeling happy and calm. It means it's a good start for us at the induction for all of you. And kudos to you, ma'am. Despite all the back-to-back sessions, students are calm and happy. Ma'am, you're on mute, yeah.
I said glad to hear that.
Yes, yes. So they are hopeful. Yes, we are all hopeful for the times to come. Lovely. Some are feeling confused, which is absolutely okay. Now, I'm going to wait for a couple of more minutes for all the students to be able to put down exactly as to what are they feeling right now. Happy. So it is a very positive emotion that we are all experiencing right now. Now, what happens when we name our emotions? It is a chance to step back, make a choice, and also understand what is that I'm experiencing at this moment. Now, what happens when I do that? See, emotions are like energy. Emotions carry a lot of power. So when I name and label emotion, I'm able to manage it better. If I'm feeling a positive one, I'm able to enhance and amplify it and continue feeling for the rest of the day. And if I'm not feeling a very pleasant emotion, because I've named it, I'm able to manage it better, dampen it a bit. I'm able to dampen that emotion a bit and then manage that emotion, that difficult emotion, and then move forward ahead towards my day, all right? So naming and labeling emotions is a very important exercise if we inculcate that as a habit, and particularly when we are feeling confused, anxious, less hopeful, it will help us advance a step further. Thank you so much for your responses. With a slight pause and a smile on our face, let's continue. But before I tell you exactly what coaching is all about, what comes to your mind when you think of the word coaching, students? Be honest, it's a safe space. Nobody's going to judge you. And we would like to understand what coaching means to you. There are no perfect answers, there are no intelligent answers. They're just what it means to you, or what maybe for now you understand. Guidance, new learning, consultants. Okay, more of learning and guidance. Continue. Knowledge, helpful, learning in a better way. Okay. Exploration, Swati Thapa. Let's stick to that word for some time. Explore. We'll come back to that. Jyoti says learning something new. Now you are good 169. Let's have more and more students respond. A wholesome guidance for life. I like the word wholesome. Improving knowledge, learning from the best. Gajendra, thank you. Learning, training, guidance. Reaching to our full potential, wonderful. Mridula says support. Manish says correct problems coming from the academic session. That could be one of the things that you are doing. Reaching, I would say treading a pathway to reach your goals, Vishal Verma. Okay, all right. Improving knowledge by guidance, learning guidance. So as you're putting in the responses, let me talk to you about it. So coaching is very different from guidance. It's a pole apart, absolutely different from training. It is not about imparting knowledge. It is about learning, but on your own. And I will come to that, how it is so different from all these interventions that we have mentioned. Because when we talk about training, when we talk about guidance, when we talk about learning, when we talk about knowledge, they are separate interventions. Polishing of skills, all right, yes. The skills are already there within you. A coach may help you yourself polish them. Wonderful. Thank you for all the responses again. So what is coaching? Now, I take this very famous definition by one of the fathers, you could say, of modern coaching, Timothy Galloway. Now, Timothy Galloway is a Harvard educationist, a very popular figure. As I told you, he's the father of modern coaching, and he's also a tennis expert. Now, he was the one who understood that the principles of coaching that are used in sports can be actually applied in all aspects of life. And how does he define coaching? Now, please look at the keywords here. These are extremely important. Coaching is unlocking a person's potential to maximize their own performance. So it is to unlock something which, what do we unlock? We unlock something which is already present. So that is why if you're saying imparting of knowledge, it's not about imparting something. It's about unlocking your own potential, a person's potential, something that is already within you. Like a seed holds the potential to become a flower or a tree, like an acorn. You see, acorn is such a small seed and it has the potential to grow into a mighty oak tree. I mean, if you look at the oak tree and you look at an acorn, you can never imagine that the oak tree grew actually from this acorn. But there is that potential that is locked there, right? So this unlocking of the potential is what happens with coaching. And why? To maximize your own performance. It means that there's nothing wrong with you. Somebody used the word wholesome. Yes, it's a wholesome learning experience, but before that, one of the fundamental principles of coaching is that if Gajendra or Manoj, sir, or anybody who's coming to me, or to any coach, it's not because there's something wrong with you. It's not a repair job, okay? You're wholesome. You're a complete person, absolutely resourceful, doing fantastic. But can we help you further unlock the potential that is within you that you're not using yet so that you can maximize? So you're performing, but to maximize that performance, right? So it is about helping you to learn on your own, and we are not going to teach you. So it is definitely not about telling, it's about asking, and I'll come to that again in a moment. Now, one famous analogy that I use, what Timothy Galloway speaks about, is he wrote a famous book, Inner Game of Tennis, which became like the foundational principle for modern coaching. Now, in the inner game of tennis, there's one thing that is important for us to note. Himashri Das is also taking notes, I see. Very sincere. So in the inner game of tennis, what does he speak about? He says there are two aspects to any game, the inner game and the outer game. The outer game is played against the opponent on the court, right? Any player who goes on the tennis court, there is an opponent. That's the outer game that he has to play against the opponent. But there's a more formidable enemy than the opponent in the outer game. And that formidable enemy you have to defeat in the inner game. And what is this inner game? Your own state of mind, your inner obstacles. So you have to defeat that opponent, your state of mind, which is a more formidable enemy, to be able to overcome roadblocks in your performance and then be able to work to your maximum potential, right? And who can help you? Mental strength, Tamanna, wonderful, right? So who can help you do this? Who can help you overcome those roadblocks to perform, which are stopping you to perform to your best, and defeat that opponent, that mental state that is happening within you, your inner state of mind, is a coach, okay? Now this is more of theoretical, and I've chosen this beautiful animated video. This also is like a sneak peek into what a coaching conversation looks like. So pay attention, it's a very short video, and I'll be asking you some questions around it after that. So please feel free to answer them in the chat box after this. Let's enjoy this video for now.
Hey, can you help me? Hey, how can I help you? I need to cross over.
So imagine the fox to be a client or a coachee, as we call them, and imagine the owl to be a coach, okay? And think of this as a coaching conversation that is happening exactly how it happens, one-on-one. So for example, I was to partner with one of you, like Swati Thapa, she would work with me one-on-one. Nobody will have any clue about what happened between us as a conversation. The principle is an absolutely confidential conversation. The management, the university, your professors, your peers, your friends, your faculty, nobody gets to know what happened between you and the coach, all right? So let's have a look.
You want to cross over the stream? What have you tried so far? I tried to swim. I saw a fish doing that once. You tried being a fish? What else? I tried to jump high. I saw a bird flying over the stream. You tried being a bird? What else? I saw a beaver once building a dike and thought that might work. You tried being a beaver? Would you mind getting into the stream? What can you see? I don't know. Water? And my reflection. Excellent. And what do you see in that reflection? Is that a fish? No, it isn't. Is it a bird? No. Is it a beaver? It's not a beaver. So what is it? It's a fox. So you're a fox trying to act like others. The others do easily what I want to do. So a fox can't do it. No, there must be a way. Can you see a solution here? Indeed I can. Then tell me. Be a fox, my friend. I am a fox. Then act like one. What would a fox do? I don't know. Foxes don't have a skill for crossing over streams. And what are your skills? Foxes are smart, observe and adapt. Oh, great. So, now, show me how you apply them. Wait, look! The stream is decreasing! So what? If I wait 2 hours... I made it! Oh, thank you! You are a fox. Well done, my friend.
So what does coaching do? Did the owl give any answer to the fox? Just share with me in the chat box, yes or no? Did the owl give any answer to the fox? Did he give him a solution? That do this, do that? No. That's what coaches do. They will never give you solutions. So if you're looking for a ready-made solution, then you don't need to partner with a coach. But if you're looking to find answer within, then you must partner with a coach. So what did the owl do most of the time? Yes, Vivek Raj helped you to find skills, indirectly showed the path. What was he doing most of the time? Did you notice? Asking questions, Om Prakash Sarita. Very good, Himashri. He was asking questions after questions. And what were those questions doing to the fox? Unleashed his potential. Wonderful. It made him reflect, open thinking. Wow, you are such a bright bunch of students. You have answered everything. This is all coaching is about. Introspection, reflecting, finding answers within, open thinking, finding your own potential, building your confidence within yourself, helping him discover himself. Yes, Manish, you have your answer within you. A coach will only help you find that, apply that knowledge that you already have within you, and achieve your goal. Wonderful. I think you are just there, all of you. See, one thing what he did was, very importantly, he said, what are your skills as a fox? Right? Now, the skills of a fox may be different from that of a fish or a beaver or a bird. And how many times do we end up comparing ourselves with others? I'm not good enough. I'm not like him or her. I can never be like him or her. Or he always does fantastic. Or she's fabulous. But you have your own skills. How many of you agree with me? How many times do we compare ourselves with others? And this is a limiting belief because we are limiting ourselves. You're saying, I am not good enough. Many times, right? And this is what a coach will help you do. Overcome those limiting beliefs. All right, and with this, we move to the next slide. Coming to the chat answers that you had given me, right? Somebody also used the word consulting. Consulting is when you need ready-made answers. There's an organization, they are stuck, they cannot move forward, they will hire a consultant. The consultant will look at the problem, give them ready-made answer. That is consulting, not coaching. Mentoring, your professors, your teachers in schools have been mentors who have passed on their expert advice, experience to you in a single linear manner, right? Therapy is all about coping from the past. Traumatic experience in the past, which is affecting your present. So it is moving from the past to rectify your presence. Training, somebody used the word training in the chat box. Coaching is not training. Training is imparting of a skill, but then whether you apply or not, the trainer is least bothered. All they need to do is impart that skill to you. Teaching, very close to mentoring. Counseling, again, it is about giving advice and guidance, helping you find a solution to the problem. So why is coaching not all of this? Because coaching will not give you answers, like the owl never gave the answer. The coach will help you find your answer within by inspiring new thinking. You will be able to think of things that you had not thought of earlier on your own. It is not passing expert advice. So I may not have anything to do with MBA or biotech or food tech, but I could be your coach and help you find your own true potential. The coaching is centered on the present. How can I improve my present to achieve my future goal? So it is moving from the present to the future as opposed to therapy or counseling, which moves from the past to the present, right? So it is all about asking and no telling. So why coaching, you may ask me, and why should I undergo coaching? The picture is self-explanatory. But however, I'll give you testimonies of the most famous people around the world to understand why coaching. Let's watch this short video again.
Everyone needs a coach. It doesn't matter whether you're a basketball player, a tennis player, a gymnast, or a bridge player. My bridge coach, Sharon Osberg, says there are more pictures of the back of her head than anyone else's in the world. Sorry, Sharon. There you go. We all need people who will give us feedback. That's how we improve.
I remember the very first time I had a life coach. They weren't.
How many of you know Oprah Winfrey? Give me a thumbs up on your screen. I'm sure most of you know her. Oprah Winfrey. She's one of the most iconic TV hosts in the history of mankind. Right? Okay, some of you know her. She's a very, very famous personality, students.
Led at the time, but an expert on, who shared with our audience, nurture yourself, honor yourself, stop the crazy mind chatter in your head, that tells you all the time that you're not good enough.
Sure, something bad happened. Something bad happened to everybody on the planet.
How many of you know him? You've been watching the series, the Hollywood series, right? Who is he? Hugh Jackman? Who is he? Give me the chat box. X-Man, yes. All right.
I don't care who you are. Something bad has happened to you. But if you continue to tell that story to yourself, that that is who you are, it will continue to be true. That damage will stay for the rest of your life. But it doesn't have to be that way.
Coaching is one of the most valuable tools in the world. A coach just has a different perspective. I mean, even back in those days, the best athletes in the days, the Gretzkys, the Michael Jordans, et cetera, they all had a coach. Still to this day, the best have coaches because the coach can see what you can't see because you're in the forest, they're outside of it.
For years, I've received so many different kinds of advice, I don't know where to start. One that comes to mind is to have a coach. Our board member in 2002, John Doerr, said, you need a coach. And I said, well, I don't need a coach. I'm an established CEO. Why would I need a coach? Is something wrong? He said, no, you need a coach. Everybody needs a coach. So Bill Campbell became my coach and has served Google very well. Every famous athlete, every famous performer has somebody who's a coach, somebody who can watch what they're doing and say, is that what you really meant? Did you really do that? They can give them perspective. The one thing people are never good at is seeing themselves as others see them. A coach really, really helps.
All right. I hope that's a good enough testimony for all of you. We ran the pilot phase at the university since I joined the university only a couple of months ago. The program is the We Empower coaching program, which stands for Value and Enable. So we value each one of you as an individual, and we enable you to manifest your true potential. And how? So that you can overcome your limitations within you and evolve and rediscover yourselves, right? So this is the We Empower coaching program. Once you become a part of the groups at the university, you will see a lot of social media campaigning happening around it because the next cohort is starting mid-September. And that is where you would have to start registering yourself if you want to undergo this intervention. So if you're looking for discovering your true potential, if you want to become more self-aware of who you are as a person, if you want to improve and manage and regulate your emotions well, that is understand your strengths, your weaknesses, as we label the emotion at the beginning of the session, you will be able to improve your interpersonal relationships, becoming more compassionate, becoming more high on cognitive skills, and yes, definitely becoming great leaders. So what is the model for this academic year? We have from 3 months of pilot phase extended and scaled it up to a 1-year-long engagement. But you, if you wish to partner with a coach, you will be working with one coach only. You as an individual, no groups. As I said, confidential. That is, nobody gets to know what has happened between you and the coach. 600 students will be taken up in 2 batches, 300 plus 300. The first 300 batch registrations will open by the end of next week. You will get to know about it. Please keep watching the space, the WhatsApp groups and your eUniv. There will be an orientation that will happen by September 11th. You have to attend that orientation. Immediately after that, registrations will open. The first 300, first come, first serve, across university, registrations will happen. First 300 will be taken up. So if you're delayed, then the first 3, you may have to wait till the next cohort starts, right? You will work with the coach for 6 sessions. Each session, please listen to me very carefully. Anybody who is away from the keyboard, come back. Who's distracted, please pay attention. You will work with the coach for 6 sessions over 3 months. So between September, October, November, by the beginning of December, your coaching sessions will be over. Each session lasts for usually 30 to 90 minutes. It could be anywhere between 30 to 90 minutes. It is a telephonic one, but you can get on a Zoom call if you wish to, or a Skype or a Google Meet call. That is between you and the coach. There is no obligation in terms of that you have to do a video call. It is your understanding. You can request for a video or a telephonic call. You can do a morning or an evening, weekday or a weekend call. Every call will have an average difference of 10 to 15 days. That is how 6 sessions over 3 months. Now, what will happen in these sessions? You will, with the coach, identify a goal for yourself. For example, Jyoti Ojha says, I want to be great at communication skills. Sushma Devi says, I want to really build my confidence. Basant says, I want to land this job at this particular institute, right? Parul and Chetri says, okay, we want to understand what is my life goal? What is the purpose of my life? You could choose anything, personal or professional, academic or from your family life. Work with the coach in a space of confidentiality and trust over 6 sessions and report success, right? When I say 20 to 25 hours of intervention, it means since you'll be doing 6 sessions, your intervention is only 6 to 8 hours, between 4 to 8 hours. 20 to 25 is total when one coach will work with 3 students independently, that is separate. For you will work with each coach for 6 sessions, largely 6 hours. So if you're ready to devote 6 hours of your time for your own self-growth and development, then you have to partner with a coach. All right. So this is very important information. How will it happen? I've already told you. I've conducted this first set of introduction for you. Then you will, after the orientation, register for the program, partner with the coach, start your coaching sessions, and at the end of the program, after 3 months, you will receive a certificate that you have been coached by not any run-of-the-mill coach. These are international, global, credentialed coaches who have undergone complete full-fledged training of maybe 1 to 5 years to become a coach. And as I told you, they work with CEOs and CFOs. They are coming to the university to donate hours of their coaching. This is the experience of one of the students from the MBA batch who was coached in the past academic year, that is, which ended June 2021.
Once you replace negative thoughts with positive ones, you will start having positive results. Hello, I'm Arshna Anand, pursuing MBA from Shoolini University. I would like to share my coaching experience with my coach, Mr. Amit Vip. Before the coaching, I was a bit confused and having so many doubts in my mind. But after the coaching, it's all clear now. Thanks to coach. He has an amazing way of putting things. Examples helped me to build my confidence. He spread a lot of positivity, helped me to let go of my fears. He supported me to introspect, to know myself better, to understand my limiting beliefs, to come out from my shell, and to become a better person. I am so fortunate that I got this opportunity. And thank you, Payal ma'am and Shoolini University for such an amazing platform. Thank you.
Thank you so much, students. This is the testimonial from that girl. Now, I also want to tell you before I come to the slide is that on an average, and you can Google, on an average, a coach when working with a student will charge anywhere between 5,000 to 10,000 per hour. So it means it is a 30 to 60,000 intervention that is happening for you free of cost, just because you are at the Shoolini University. So please avail this opportunity. All we need from you is a willingness that yes, I want to change as a person. Yes, I will work on my goal. And yes, I will complete all these 6 sessions, right? So I have, before joining Shoolini University in February this year, worked with reputed institutes across India. I've coached IIT students, management students, biotech, commerce students. I have 350 hours of coaching experience. I also do vlogging and blogging. And this is one of the testimonials from a coaching client from the United UAE. And we do not reveal the name because it is confidential. As I said, the coaching conversations are confidential. But from this, what I want to share with you is the kind of change that can happen for a client. This lady is a corporate professional who worked with me. So I'm also working with the students here at the Shoolini University full time. Otherwise, I was also an executive coach. So I'm just going to move forward quickly in the interest of time. Students, we have partnered with 100 international coaches. These are some of the coaches who are with us. 100 international global coaches. So you could be partnering with anyone from around the world to work on your self-development. These are the common questions that may come to your mind. I have put a link in the chat box. Quickly copy that. That is the answer to all these questions. And apart from this, please reach out to me if you wish to register for the program already. You can, I'm going to put my email ID there. And you can write to me just a one-liner your name and saying, I'm interested, and we will get back to you. So please, thank you, Sarita. Thank you so much. Yes, Neer Chetri, we can absolutely help you with your anxiety issues. The Google Doc to the answer to these questions and my email ID if you are already interested and you do not want to wait till registration. So that is the end of the presentation. Poonam ma'am, I'm so apologetic. I think I did take 30 minutes, rather I promised 20 minutes to you. But I felt that the students are the target audience and they need to understand the program in and out. And over to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Payal. Yes, I can understand and I can see your passion for, the program that you've started. So obviously, and you work so hard, I do not blame you at all for taking those 5-10 minutes extra. I think you're going to have a lot of traction for this because I can see a lot of interest being generated. So guys, hang on. All details will be given to you. I'm very interested. Yes, I'm sure. So we will share all details with you. And this is going to be probably the best and the most unique thing that you're going to sign up for. So thanks a ton, Payal.
Thank you so much, Poonam ma'am. Just reiterating, students, you need to email me, okay? Just one liner, I'm interested. Yes, thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you. So now, students, that's a very exciting part that you're going to go through. And first come, first serve basis, as ma'am said. So very quickly, we are now going to tell you about our student success system. That is because, as new students, forget about new students, even old students have a lot of issues around fee payment, around receipts, around DMCs, blah, blah, blah. And, they're running around in circles, koi mere paas, koi registrar ke paas, koi examination. So we have put together a student support team. And we have two very capable young ladies, Vidya and Vivitha, who manage this and end up with a lot of success on the portal. They have a time-bound frame where they solve all your queries. So Divya and Vivitha, I know you've been waiting, but we are really a little bit hard-pressed for time. So of course, what you have done and what you are doing is extremely important. So please do explain. I will ask Vivek sir to just wait for another 5-10 minutes while you do your explanation. Okay, so over to you, girls, and thank you for being here and thank you for your patience.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We'll try to keep it short itself. So, is Divya here? Hi.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So just give me a second, please. Second. I'm not able to see it. Just give me a 5 minutes.
Divya can start the introduction till then.
Yes, sure. Okay, so good afternoon, students. My name is Divya Chandel and my colleague Vividha Gurum. We are working as student support team at Shoolini University. So today we are going to talk about a very important system which will going to help you during your stay at the university. To be the query related to examination, accounts, IT department, or anything. In a simple way, me and Vividha will act as a mediator between you and your teacher. We will try to resolve your issue within 48 hours. Student support team is an online query management system in every student's hand. We wish to give you a seamless service experience and we try to increase your trust and accountability with the students. You can generate the query from your My Shoolini portal. Now, Vividha ma'am will explain you how you can raise the concern on the portal. Over to you, Vividha.
Okay. So I welcome all the postgraduate students to the Shoolini family. I hope you would have undergone all your registration processes. So once you get access to your My Shoolini app, there will be a dashboard displayed in such manner. So there are numerous tabs. So one tab will be of student support. So you just need to click on this tab and you will be directed to a page in this manner. So you have two tabs here. One is saying raise a concern and one is saying check your query status. So if you have generated a previous query, you need to check the status and progress of that. You can click on the green tab, whereas you are raising a new concern, then just click on the blue tab. Once you click on that, you will be directed to a page. So here you need to fill out your authentic details. So first of all, you need to fill out your email address, then your full name, and then you need to add your phone number. So we request all the students to fill up a valid phone number in which through which the student support can reach you out, in which the incoming is also not bad. So here we have at least 18 such sections which we think students generally face problems. So for example, if you are having any problems in the accounts department, just click on that tab and generate the query. But if you think that apart from these 18 categories, your query is a different one and does not fit into that, there is an option of others. Just click on that tab and state your query and description of that. So let's say, for example, you have chosen the help topic as accounts, then you will be followed by some sub-help topics such as fee receipts, scholarships, and everything. So let's say you have received the wrong fee receipt of an individual or your classmates. You just need to click on receipts issue. Then you need to fill your registration number. For the PG students, I hope it is PGD 2021 and so on. And just name the title like wrong receipt, and in the description box you just need to type the whole thing that I'm so and so and I'm facing such issues. So the description box has the facility for you to add on the photographs, the links, or any other such attachments where you are getting stuck in. And after filling all the information in the description box, at last you need to enter the captcha. After entering the captcha, you just need to click on the tab saying raise the concern, and you will have a information written like this, that your query has been taken into consideration and we will be reverting you within 24 to 48 hours. It depends on the type of query also sometimes, that sometimes some queries are really descriptive and requires a little more time, let's say 48 to 72 hours to get resolved. So this is a very simple process. At last, I would like to sum up. There are 4 major processes. First, log into your My Shoolini app, click into the student support tab, enter your query, fill all your authentic details and everything, and just raise the concern. And this is a simple process. If anybody has any questions or something like that, we are here to answer those.
I think they'll wait for some query that they have, and then only then they'll,
I also think, ma'am.
Yes, yes. So hopefully the system will be so seamless that they don't have to keep raising queries. But in case you run into any issues around anything, please feel free to reach out to Vivitha or Divya. They'll be there to help you. Okay?
Yes,
And
definitely.
of course, we are all there for you. So, but we go as per the system. So generate your query and they will be able to resolve it for you. Right? Thank you so much. Thank you, Vividha. Thank you, Divya.
Thank you, ma'am.
Monica says, understood, ma'am. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're doing a tremendous job. Great job, girls. Thanks, Satan. So now we move to our last session for before lunch. After lunch, we have the fun and the games. And we have with us Professor Vivek Atre. I call him Professor Vivek Atre because he is now a professor. As you can see on his introduction, he's an ex-IS officer. He's a motivational speaker. He's a TEDx speaker. He has several TEDx talks, several Josh talks. He's a fantastic speaker, and his main passion is interacting with students like you. Vivek was an IS officer, but he decided to give that up so that he could follow his passion, and that is that sole passion of meeting young minds, interacting with them, guiding them through their careers and the chaos that they live in. And currently, or I should say for quite some time now, we've been very, very lucky that we have Vivek as an adjunct faculty. So I invite Vivek very often for the sessions that we have in the sprint program, or otherwise also I keep inviting him for his motivational talks, which are an absolute treat to listen to. And Vivek is here today because he's also going to talk about introduction to the Yogananda Career Academy. That's a new initiative that we've taken up very recently, because Vivek has his own training academy at Panchkula, where lots and lots of students are, trying to fructify their dreams of cracking the IAS or the Central Services exams. So Shoolini has tied up with him, and I'm sure many of you have aspirations of doing the same. So apart from saying hello to the students, welcoming you all, telling you a little bit about himself, Vivek will also talk about the Yogananda Career Academy. So thank you, Vivek. Sorry again for keeping you waiting. We just kind of, got a little bit delayed. Dr. Khosla was so busy talking to the postgraduate students that, we kind of sort of everything got delayed. So thank you, and welcome. These are our postgraduate students undergoing their induction today. Over to you, Vivek.
Thank you very much, Poonam ma'am, once again for that warm welcome and warm introduction, and very kind of you. And just like yesterday when I was addressing the undergraduate students, today I'm extremely happy to be addressing the postgraduate students. Because you are older and more mature and perhaps more intelligent, you will understand me even better. And that's a compliment to you all. So there are 159 of you on this call, and of course one is me, so 158, who are going to be my new friends on social media, and others. We can follow each other, we can connect, we can stay connected. As Poonam ma'am said, I resigned from the IAS to be with you, not really to be with you today here, but to work, to speak, to interact, to inspire, to motivate, to guide, and to share thoughts with students especially, and corporates and government officers. So I travel all over India as a speaker, and my favorite place is Shoolini University, which I love coming to speak to them, to interact with the students. And I keep coming. I am a visiting faculty. I am also heading a department or a center called the Yogananda Center for Theology and Spiritual Studies, which you might also like to explore once you are entrenched in the campus. And also, the Yogananda Career Academy is a great offshoot of the idea that all of you should have the facility to take forward your career right now and prepare yourself for the future. So a little more about me, as Bam asked me to say. I am an ex-IAS officer. I resigned for the purpose of becoming a speaker, and that is luckily for me, I'm quite well known. I have 40 lakh views on YouTube now. You can follow my YouTube channel as the same name as me, that's Vivek Atre, and my Instagram page also. So I have been basically talking of emotional intelligence, leadership, success, happiness, how you find the way to bounce back from problems, and life will keep knocking us down and we keep bouncing back. That is the motion of life. That is the process of life. So like a boxing match, if the knockout takes place, then you are gone. So you have to get up before the referee counts 10. That means if life knocks you down, the next day you have to be up, and you have to be about, and you can't keep feeling low about something which happened last year or 6 months ago or 1 month ago. Forget it and move on. So that is the way forward. I will inspire and motivate you hopefully in the years to come as well. But just to tell you more about the Yogananda Academy, I am former Deputy Commissioner of Panchkula and former Director Industries and Director of IT of Haryana and Chandigarh. I think a career in the civil services even today is one of the best careers that you can have. And those of you who plan that will find that 35 years from the age of about 25 to 60, you will serve the nation, you will serve the state, whichever state you are allocated. And IAS, IPS officers also spend time in the government of India. So they also get to go on deputation there. So if you start off by being an IAS officer in a state like Himachal or Assam or Karnataka or Gujarat, one day you will have the opportunity to serve the government of India as well. If you're a police officer, if you're an IPS officer, my father was an IPS officer, I was an IAS officer. He was very dynamic, very well known, very respected. And being an IPS officer is also a great career because you come close to the society and you make a change in their ways of thinking and working and acting. So I think the civil services, whether IAS, IPS, or the state civil service, that is Himachal Administrative Service, Punjab Civil Service, Haryana Civil Service, could be the Assam State Civil Service, could be the Karnataka Civil Service, Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, anything. There is also something known as DANIX, which is the Delhi Andaman Nicobar Island Service, which is basically the UT cadre of the state civil services. So you can serve in a lot of places in India, but you will be allocated a state. And if you are in the state civil service, you will be promoted to the IAS one day. And if you are in the state police service, you will be promoted to the IPS one day. So there is one other way, that means to come to the IAS or IPS. If you don't clear the UPSC exam or you didn't appear for the UPSC exam, you can still reach the IAS, IPS by being a state officer and then getting promoted to the Indian Police Service or the Indian Administrative Service. Of course, there are many services through the UPSC exam. The Indian Foreign Service can also be added, the Indian Revenue Service on the income tax side, on the customs side. You can also add the Indian Forest Service, which is also through an exam. You can add the Indian Audit and Accounts Service. You can add the Indian Railway Traffic Service. All these are selected, officers are selected through the UPSC exam, which is a 3-stage exam. Most of you know, preliminary exam, main exam, and personality test. And the state civil services exams are conducted by the State Public Service Commissions, HPSC, that could be Himachal or Punjab, PPSC or whatever it is. And they also conduct similar exam. They're not as tough as the UPSC exam, but definitely they are also very competitive. So these civil services provide you with an opportunity to serve the nation and the state, to improve your personality, to become good communicators, to become empathetic, which means that you should have empathy for the society. We don't try to get into the IAS or IPS only because we are looking for the power or the clout or the, the kind of fame or popularity. We try to get in because we want to serve the nation and make a change. We want to help the common person. We want to help the poor person of the society who is not very well off, who is not able to do what he wants because of lack of money, lack of effort, lack of education. And also there might be problems of education and healthcare. And you, being a civil services officer, can make a change in your area. So I'll give you one or two little stories so that I can tell you what a civil services officer does. For example, I was the SDM of Kalka, and Kalka is a town where if you come to Shoolini, you have to cross Kalka when you come from the plains. Kalka is the last town of Haryana, and then Himachal starts.
Sir, you are muted. Sir, you are muted.
Vivek, unmute. Vivek, आप unmute कर लें, please.
We were able to convince people of that town. We were able to convince the people of that town to widen the road, to let go of their present encroachments, to set up their shops behind that area. We widened the road to the extent that traffic flow became much easier. So it was easy because one was able to get the goodwill of the people. You can't use your authority and power all the time to bulldoze people into doing something. A civil service means you have to be civil. You have to be polite. You have to be tactful. You have to be public friendly. And public service delivery is the key. All of you are 18 and above. You have made your driving license already. You know that making a driving license can be a tough task at times because you have to go to a government office. You have to stand in a queue. There may be some middlemen. They will say, give me 250 rupees and I will get it done quickly. These kinds of things many of us have faced. And this kind of thing is something which we need to minimize and exclude from our society, because if I was the DC or SDM, I would make sure that nobody would be able to do that. But all officers are not the same. There are good and bad. But let me tell you, most people who I have met in my civil service career have been well-meaning and they have been above board. And it is not as if the whole system is bad. So if you plan to join the civil services, study hard about what is the civil services first. Find out and research. And then if you plan to join a course, then the Yogananda Career Academy at Shoolini will give you a course and more courses also. As Poonam ma'am said, the Vivek IAS Career Academy has tied up with Shoolini in this. So I'm the mentor of the Vivek IAS Career Academy. And our faculty is teaching at the moment a batch of students from Shoolini, preparing them for the UPSC and the HAS exams. And you can join or have a new batch if you decide. And because you are PG students, you are more capable of doing that because you are already intelligent and experienced enough in your educational career. You will be able to pick up things more easily, and your general awareness needs to be better. For that also we will help you. Answer writing, speaking with confidence, public speaking skills, analytical thinking, presenting your ideas well, all these things matter in the competitive exams. Another thing I'll tell you lastly is that if you do not qualify for the UPSC, but you spend 1 or 2 years preparing for that exam, even if you don't qualify, your personality, your knowledge, your whole spectrum will widen. You will be better students. You will be more equipped to handle society and its various facets, and your career will be brilliant wherever you go. So I think that is something you need to keep in mind when you prepare for the civil services. You are preparing for life itself. So if you do want to join this program of the Yogananda Career Academy, you can get in touch with the Colonel TPS Gill. I think his coordinates will be available to you after this. Poonam ma'am will also connect you. So be aware and be alert. And if you do join, it will be good to see you there. I will meet you more often over there. So that is one plus point of joining the Yogananda Career Academy. And of course, I'll meet you anyway in the Shoolini curriculum in the course of the next few months. I will be there with you many a time, and we will talk, we will inspire each other, we will tell stories, and we'll move forward. So one last story to inspire, and then we can call it a day. I'll hand it over to Poonam ma'am. That story is about Arthur Ashe. And Arthur Ashe was a Wimbledon champion, and Arthur Ashe was a Black American who won Wimbledon, which is the biggest tennis tournament of the world. And Arthur Ashe was on top of the world in the newspapers, on TV. Everybody was adulating him. After a few years, he was ill and he was dying. That's how life is. You go up, you come down, unpredictable. It doesn't matter. We have to be ready for whatever comes. Arthur Ashe was on his bed and ill. He got letters saying, Arthur, we are so sad that this is happening to you. We love you. We care for you. We are your fans. We wish it was happening to someone else, not to you. And Arthur Ashe writes back to them by longhand. He used to write longhand. We all used to write longhand at that time. Now we don't even write anything. We only punch into the key. But he wrote longhand and he said, when I won Wimbledon, I did not ask God, why have I won Wimbledon? I was just happy and I was grateful, but I was just delighted. And I didn't ask God, why have I won? And now when I'm ill, I have no right to ask God, why me? Why is this happening to me? He says, when good things happen, we should thank God. And when bad things happen, we should accept them. So this is how his reply was. And it was so inspiring to the world. He did die, but he lived a life of great courage and grace and goodness. So that goodwill which Arthur Ashe had is there with us today as well. That's why we're talking about it. We don't talk about others who went by the wayside. So you live even after you die in the dreams of others, in the inspiration of others, if you are a person who can give back such ideas, thoughts, and examples to others. So let us inspire each other and let's meet again soon. And I'll expect to see about 140 of you on Instagram soon. All right. Bye-bye. Take care. Poonam ma'am, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Vivek. As lovely and as inspiring as ever. And I think students, you will notice that there is a common thread right from the morning till Vivek's speech, and that is to have big goals for yourself, dream big. Of course, that doesn't mean that you just dream and sit on them, but you pursue your dream relentlessly till you achieve those, right? So those of you who are interested in, cracking one of the competitive exams, Colonel Gill is here on campus. He'll guide you. You can get in touch with me. I'll help you out with that. So thank you very much once again, Vivek. And with things opening out, you will soon be meeting these students in person in the campus, I'm sure. Let's keep our fingers crossed. The national numbers again started rising up a little bit. That got me worried yesterday. But we are born optimists, so let's be hopeful. And hope
yeah, we'll all be optimistic. We'll all be connected, and hopefully we'll meet very soon. Don't worry about that.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. Thank you.
See you all.
See you. So that was Vivek Atre, sir, ex-IAS officer. He's really a wonderful person to connect with. So though, you can go on his LinkedIn, on his Instagram profile and connect with him. And amazing, person to stay connected with. I would honestly advise that. So with that, we come to the end of the pre-lunch sessions. I was to tell you about the social projects that we run, but I think we couldn't even have the break, so you all must be tired and get used to Shoolini life. It's hectic, it's stretching, it is also very inspiring. All right, so we will meet sharp at 2 o'clock. I will take you through the social projects in a quicker way, and then we have a combination of meet and greet and the clubs. Unfortunately, not too many students come forward for the clubs. MSCs and MTechs, I don't know, but BSCs and BTechs are the most active ones. MTech or MSc में जाके पता नहीं क्या हो जाता है, बहुत काम हो जाता है उनको. But we have some lovely activities going on in clubs. We have social projects. I am personally responsible for life outside the classroom. Okay, so I'm like always looking for kids who want to be outside, they want to sing, they want to dance, they want to do theater, they want to come with me to some village for a cleanup campaign or a cancer awareness. So बहुत कुछ होता है यहाँ पर. आप अगर if you speak to the students who are older students here, they'll tell you that lots and lots of activities are always going on. So we'll tell you all about that. Get a quick lunch, get a cup of tea, whatever you want, and sharp 2 o'clock we will start, because we are, then you have to go for your department introductions, which are very important. So we will close it in that 1.5 hours. Thank you guys for your presence here today, and we see you sharp at 2 o'clock.